is possible. And all right. And also, one main thing is that the event is going to be live streamed on YouTube. So if you have any kind of issues with that, please let us know at the very beginning. So are we good with the live streaming, or someone out of you have any kind of issues with the same? Okay, I got to see one thumbs up. All right, I don't think anybody has issues with that. So moving on about the opinionators. These people provide a platform for creating, interacting, participating in informative sessions, and telling us their story. And also, they keep on doing these sort of events. And recently, the presenter stage is the very first edition that they're doing. And I'm glad I'm a part of it, and you should too. Apart from that, the important agendas that they cover in the sessions that they take are child rights and feminism, personality development, and much more. And I guess we've got experienced panelists as well today as well in the event. The first panelist, which is with us, is Pallab Das. And he actually needs no introduction. He's such a great personality. He's completed his LLM from Swansea University, United Kingdom, on an International Excellence Scholarship 2015 with specialization in international commercial and maritime law, and his BSL LLB from ILS Law School College, Pune, and was ranked 8th in Pune University. So we're glad to have you, sir. Can we please have you on the screen?
Hello, good evening. Am I audible to all of you? Yes, all right. Thank you. Thank you, the opinionators, for calling me today for this wonderful event. And I can see so many young people actively participating in this discussion on the topic that has been chosen today. I think the topic is a very burning topic if on the OTT platform. Am I correct, Zenith? Yes. So, and as I'm aware of the thing, my points of discussion today, since I will not be able to stay for a long time with you all, I would just try to open the scene with few of the intriguing questions that is going on in my mind since a long time. Is what exactly do you understand by OTT? Because a lot of people don't know what OTT is. So I think if this session, which is going online in YouTube, I think the panelists, whoever are here today to discuss, must discuss what exactly do you mean over the top. I mean, OTT platform. What exactly is the work of this platform? Who all are involved in this platform? What will happen to the intermediaries? Because we are all aware that on a day-to-day basis, we do see, it started well. It started with Netflix. Then it started with Amazon Prime, and then with the pandemic and everything going on with technology, we are uh, we are no longer dependent on going to movie theaters. I mean, that was the craze. I remember. I still remember way back, 15, 20 years back, we used to queue up to take an 18 rupees ticket to go and watch a movie. I started with 18 rupees, and the last that I actually saw a movie was of 250 rupees in INOX. So, and now today, with a yearly subscription of, let's say, 900 or 1,000 rupees, you see everything. So the price has already come down, but at what cost? That is important. So I think we need to discuss as to having everything at our fingertips. What is the cost that we are paying? That is the first thing that we need to discuss. The second thing is, the government has been since a long time requesting the broadcasting or at least the OTT platform owners, the intermediaries, so on and so forth, to come up with a self-regulation. And I think they had failed with the coming up with a consolidated law. And very recently, yes, is there any question? Okay. And very recently, the government has come up with this, with the what do you call it, as the information technology, the intermediary guidelines, and the digital, digital media ethics code rules of 2021. So you see that you already have now you have a law which deals with the OTT platform. Now, having said so, we need to also focus in today's discussion. We need to focus on, is this law a good law, or do we need some kind of amendments to this law? Now, why do I say this? Because as far as my knowledge goes, there is a three-tier redressal mechanism in this law. In the three-tier redressal mechanism, I think the first, in the second tier, there has to be in the committee, there has to be a retired High Court judge or a Supreme Court judge. And then finally, there will, the problem or the issue, if there is any complaint, has to be redressed within 15 days. The question is, can we trace let's say, for example, in the OTT platform, there is a random movie that has come up which violates the laws that is there. Can we trace them back? That is the first thing that we need to do. Why am I saying this? Because there's already a controversy with WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, as the government is saying that we need to trace the origin of the messages that have been there. So can we have a parallel link between these two issues? That is something that needs further discussion today. So I open the floor for a good and a healthy discussion. We all need, and my suggestion will be that whatever discussions emanate today in this forum should be published, and you must come out with a report, and if possible, the opinionators should distribute it amongst the participants so that they know what exactly is happening in the field of OTT today. Over to you, Zeenat.
Thank you very much, sir. It was a pleasure to have you here today. And you definitely said the truth that earlier the times were different, now they are way too different than we can even imagine. And the Gen Z as well is here. So we can get a clubbed opinion of all sorts of generations, like starting with you, your opinion matters the most. And thank you so much for opening the floor for the discussion forum. So with this, we would be starting. And first up is going to be the opening speech round. And as I told before, that this is going to be a 3-round conference. First round is going to be of around 60 to 90 seconds per speech. And before we start with this, we would be giving you a total time period of 5 minutes to decide amongst yourself whether you want your speeches to be of 60 seconds or you want them to be of 90 seconds. So the floor is all yours. We're going to mute ourselves and put on the timer for 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, any one of you can come up and speak what exactly you want the forum to go like, and also what time period you want for every speech to be for. So the floor is all yours, guys.
Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible enough. Am I? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Zainab. I think I might propose this that I think the first round should be for around 60 seconds and the second round for the 90 seconds. And please, anybody who has some better suggestion, please come up.
Hello everyone. I would like to agree with Nishant. The first round should be of 60 seconds and the preceding ones should be for 90 seconds.
Seriously, you guys are done?
Guys, please, if you have your views, drop it in the comment box if you're not so open right now to interact. And please let us start with the function very fast, with the event very fast. Can we?
All right. Okay, Nishant, right? All right.
Yes.
So, Nishant, could you please tell me the final decision? Like, you want the first round of speeches for 60 seconds, right?
Yeah, the first round, the introduction round would be for 60 seconds. And I
Alright.
believe the second round would be for 90 seconds.
Cool. And apart from that, like, do you guys want it to go into on the basis of individuality, or do you guys want it to be like somewhat related to topics or something which happens in events? Although I don't support it, but still, I want to ask if you want it to be on the basis of topics selected on over certain topics, or you want it to be presenting your own individuality with the topics that you believe should be covered and will be covered in the speeches that you are going to give.
I propose to go with the latter option, meaning some sense of individuality.
I'm really sorry, Mayank. Unfortunately, you were not audible. There was so much to say.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible now. Yeah. What
So,
were
yeah,
you saying?
I propose that we go with the latter proposition, and we posit our individual thoughts instead of a collective group initiative, anything like that.
Superb, superb. So before we start, what I am going to suggest is I personally want you all to give your opinions rather than spitting facts out. Look, it's there on the internet, it's there on Google. You can type it anytime. I can type it anytime, and I can see, right? I have that matter in hand all the time, every time on my computer. So I need something else, right? And something else is opinion, which is different from mine. And I want to know your opinion, your thoughts, and your views on the topic, which is today. So make sure that you give that, because we are for a reason called the opinionators, right? So with this, I would like to start with the first round, and I request Omar to please take over and ask for the people, or if you want me to recognize people and you'll write the names in the list. How would you want it to be, Omar?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I was saying it would be great if you can recognize them so I can write it down on a list.
All right. So for the first round, who please raise your hands and we'll be recognizing you one by one. And the way we are going to recognize you depends on us. It has nothing to do with the list of speakers. So could you please raise your hands?
Excuse me, I have a bit of a doubt. I'm sorry, Nupur, to interrupt in between.
Yeah, sure.
First round, I have a little bit of question that are we supposed to state our opinions like we are in favor or against the motion, and as well as state the second round that is the main round, right?
Yes, that's the main round, and that costs a lot of your opinions and your aggressive, I would say, statements. I personally recommend that. Why? Because it's going to fire up the debate, and that is what we need here.
Right. So in the first round, we'd be just stating some points that we are going to discuss further in the second round.
Usually, whatever there was a GSL in MUNs, if you remember. So we usually used to just give our point, basic things that we have to say on an individual basis, and then we used to give an introduction of the same. So it's just like that. You need to give us basic introduction of what you believe for the topic. And if you're against or you're for, it all depends on you. And just because it's an open discussion forum and not a debate, you can always change places. You can always go from for to against, And it depends on how creative you are to, switch that change. So
Right.
it's all upon you guys. All right. With this, I guess we are done with the doubts and recognizing people now. Please raise your hands, those who want to speak in the first round. And unfortunately, you all have to speak in the first round. So it's all right. Nupur, you've been recognized. Mayank, you've been recognized. Aparna, you've been recognized. Nishant, you've been recognized. Ravi, you've been recognized. Manav, you've been recognized. Sukant, you've been recognized. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Sonali, you've been recognized. Okay, are we left with anyone? Is anyone left? Manav.
So far, we got 8 on the list.
Okay, Manav. Manav, you've been recognized. Have
She
you
has been-
recognized Manav before?
Yeah, she has been recognized.
Okay, I guess we've got 8 participants in here.
Let me do a recount.
Yeah.
Is Himanshu a participant?
No, I guess. Himanshu is not a participant. He's from the Opinionators.
All right then. I guess that's it.
So we've got 8 people here, right?
Can you repeat that again?
So we've got 8 participants in total, right?
Yes.
Super. Then, Omar, can you please share the list in the chat box itself so that everybody gets an access to it? And
Yeah,
also,
definitely.
who's the first speaker?
All right. We got a new person here. Is she a participant? Aisha?
Yeah, I guess she's a participant.
All right.
So,
Can you?
Aisha, can you please turn on your mic?
Hello.
Hi, Aisha, you're audible. So we are starting with the first round, which is the opening speech round. Do you want to speak in the first round? Because probably you have to speak, but still.
Hi. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Sure, I'll speak.
All right, Aisha, you've been recognized at the end. So you're the 9th participant. Not the same, Omar. And with this, we're going to start the first round. Omar, could you please write the list in the chat box as well, share it in the chat box, and
definitely.
also tell me who's the first participant.
First one we got Nupur.
Nupur. Okay.
Yes.
So please set up the timer as well.
It is already set. Let me just screen share it.
Yeah. Also, guys, before we start with the first participant, I would request you all to please turn on your mics when you're speaking, at least, because you're marked on the basis of your presentation, the way you speak, and hand gestures as well, just in case it's your thing, like mine is. So what we require you to please make use of the frame. Obviously, we're doing it online, but at least we should behave that it's somehow happening on a stage. And your stage for now is this screen. So treat it wisely and make sure that you turn on your camera while you're speaking, at least while you're speaking. So with this, we'll start with the first participant, which is Nupur. Nupur, the next 60 seconds are all yours. All the very best.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. Am I audible? Okay. So OTT, the media service platform, has reached a global outreach towards all over the world currently. Due to this current pandemic situation which we are facing now, people are running after content and needing to watch different types of content. But this topic is very controversial, and there's no definite yes or no answer for this, whether should OTT platform have a censorship or not, because there should be a mixed opinion in either way, and the mixed opinion should be valued. Now, the emergence of OTT platform has been the mainstream, in spite of the mainstream media presence, has been a relatively present nowadays because of its quality content and the accessibility to the audience because of its cheap price. I believe no freedom should be absolute as believed by the Constitution, and there must be some reasonable parameters of the restricted under the Constitution at a minimum level. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nupur. With this, we have the second participant. So Mayank, the floor is all yours for next 60 seconds.
Hi, good evening. I hope that I'm audible and visible. Can I commence my, yeah.
Yes.
So,
sorry, guys.
yeah.
Just as long the first word you say, the timer will start. Don't worry about it. So speak whenever you want.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you.
So, since at the very beginning of this present, I'm so sorry. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. It's okay. Start again. We'll turn on the timer.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My voice was breaking in the beginning, so I just was a bit. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
So yeah.
Go ahead.
So a very quick perusal of the rules, the intermediary rules which have been released by the Indian government. I will not go into the nitty-gritties of it because I'm here to posit my humble opinion on it. But look at section 79 would tell you of the new intermediary rules would tell you that there has to be a more, an oversight body which would, in a sense, regulate the content on the ethical sides of it. In my humble opinion, we can take a page out of Facebook's book, right? They have an independent oversight authority instead of an interministerial committee. And I feel that such an independent oversight body would tender greater, should I say, independence to it and allow it to make more unbiased decisions, which are rather ostracized and insulated from the transient political whims and fancies of the people. I'd like to conclude.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayank. Can we please have Aparna on the screen for the next 60 seconds? Aparna, are you there in the meeting? Yeah, she's there.
Aparna, can you hear us?
All right. Aparna, unfortunately, you're not audible.
Oh.
No, you're still not audible. It's okay. Take your time. Take your time. Set up your system. By that time, you take another speaker. Nishant. Nishant, are you there? Do you need a mic check before you speak?
Yes. Am I audible? Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, you're audible and visible both. With this, the stage is all yours for next 60 seconds.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I can't see the timer right now. Yep. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nishant, and I stand in front of you all to speak in favor of the motion that OTT platforms should have censorship. Now, why is it so? Because we all know that internet is such a bottomless ocean, and people have access to it. But is there unrestricted and is there unrestricted and uncensored products? Yes, there are services that people do have access to it. And even when we have streamers, we have viewers on the OTT platform for more than 550 million, these people have such power to manipulate those viewers. And in the next round, I'll be telling that how these, if censorship comes in, then how it should be molded in such a way that rights of speech and expression won't be violated. And on the other hand, it would at least stay in there. And on the second part that Nupur told us that I very well agree with her that censorship should be there And why is it so? I'll be telling in the next round. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Nishant. I guess Aparna is back. Okay. Can you unmute yourself and get a mic check? No, you're still not audible. No, you're still not audible, Aparna.
Perhaps, are you using a mic with you?
No, I removed.
Oh, you're
We
audible
can
now.
hear you. Oh my God.
Okay. So keep your mic turned on. Don't turn it off. And with this, the floor is all yours for next 60 seconds.
Thank you so much. Greetings, everybody. My name is. My definition of a free society is a society where it's safe to be unpopular. It's a very well spoken statement by Adlai Stevenson. And unlike everybody, my opinion is also similar to what Ms. Nupur said. I also believe that every coin has its head and tail, it has two sides. And I believe that as much censorship is a bad thing, sometimes in some cases it's also a good thing. But one thing that I would like to state is that in terms of OTT, I think censorship is a completely bad idea. I think it should have some regulation, but it shouldn't be censored. That's what I would like to say. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Next up is going to be Ravi. Ravi, can you please turn on your mic so we can get a mic check?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and visible both. So with this, we're giving you next 60 seconds and the stage is all yours.
Thank you, ma'am. So according to me, there should be some kind of partial censorship over the OTT platforms. Like the rules are made for the people, and a survey was conducted on a government app, out of which majority of people said that there should be a kind of partial censorship, not complete, but should a partial censorship over the OTT platforms, that so that the material can be regulated. Like because issues were generated in the previous time related to something religious enchantment or the soft pornography kind of content was displayed. So to stop that, to legalize them, to at least have a regulatory body over them, there should become some kind of some partial censorship over the OTT platform. And in the earlier times, some pleas were by the NGOs and some people, cases were also filed against the OTT platform that there are some miscontent was shown on them. So there, it's not like that if freedom of expression is there, freedom of speech is there. You just say you can't hurt someone else's sentiment. There should be something, a limit should be there, that up to this level you can do that, not completely. So this is what I want to say right now.
All right, thank you so much, Ravi. Next speaker up is going to be Manav. Manav, can we please have you on the screen? Manav, are you there in the meeting? I guess Manav must have some kind of network problems. Okay. So moving on to the next speaker, we're going to be having Sukant. Sukant. Was I pronouncing your name correctly the entire time?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank God. So, all right, Sukant, the stage is all yours for next 60 seconds.
Good evening, everyone. I, Sukant Kumar. I am for the motion. Right to freedom of speech and expression is our fundamental right, but this is not our absolute right. So we have to keep on mind that there are also some restrictions on Article 19 Clause 2. This is my personal view that the youth are going in a very bad direction after seeing the different type of series in OTT platform. Just like this is not a meaning of freedom of speech and expression to see obscenity, nudity, and abusive language as just like a fluent in normal daily life. There are a lot of cases, as we read, that the youth are telling to police or youth are posting on social media, I am inspired from this web series and I am inspired from this web series and I am doing like this. So I think this OTT must be a censorship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sukant. Next up is going to be Sonali. Can you please get a mic check, Sonali?
Yeah. Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're visible as well.
Thank you.
All right. So the stage is all yours for next 60 seconds.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I haven't done any homework or anything like that, but I would definitely say that we are mature enough as viewers to see what we have to see. It's like we cannot be forced by someone to watch this or watch that, or be manipulated by this thing or be manipulated by that thing. Like, so it doesn't require any censorship on any OTT platform. We are mature enough to watch Friends on Netflix or watch any other serial on Alt Balaji. We can do that, and we don't want anything to restrict us. So you cannot blame on any OTT platform or any web series that this has manipulated me or this thing has done bad to me, because it all depends on our thinking, rather than blaming on the platform, we should blame ourselves. Right? So it doesn't require any sort of censorship or anything like that. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. With this, we're almost at the end of our speakers list. We've got the last speaker, Aisha, and we'll recheck if Manav is available. By that time, Aisha, can we please get a mic check from you? I hope Aisha is there in the meeting. I don't see her. Yeah, she's not there in the meeting. So, Manav, are you there? Manav?
Am I audible?
Oh, yes, you're audible, Manav. Are you going to... Oh, you've turned on your camera as well.
Some network not to connect.
It's okay, because your voice is cracking, so I would recommend you to turn on.
Hello?
All right, Manav. So the stage is all yours for next 60 seconds.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are, Manav. You can start whenever you want.
Can I start?
Yeah, you can start whenever you want. The timer will start with you.
Actually, I haven't done any homework. Why should OTT have censorship? According to me, we know what to watch and what not to watch. All depends upon what is our opinion. So it all depends upon us, and we have even mature enough to see what content we like. That's all.
Thank you, Manav.
Actually, I'm confused.
What are you confused about?
It's okay.
Actually, according to me, every person has different opinion, and according to them, they would like to see what they want. That's all I would like to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Manav. With this, we are done with the first round, and recollecting that Aisha is not there in the meeting. So we'll move forward to the second round. And before we move forward to the second round, there's a little disclaimer of the second round. So the disclaimer of the second round is that, first things first, Are there any queries that you have for the rebuttal round? Any queries? Any?
Yeah, just tell me about the rules regarding this round again.
Zenith, are you with us?
Also, I have another question. Do we have to tackle the rebuttal and the sir rebuttal in the stipulated time, or will we get extra time for it?
All right. Allow me to explain how it's going to go. So it's going to be, first of all, we're going to take a speakers list, just as we did with the opening speeches, right? The people on the speakers list, you can call them main speakers. You can apply to it whenever you want. So we're going to start one by one, right? The person will give their speech, right? And then every debater, after the person is done, you got 90 seconds per speech. After you're done with the 90 seconds, every debater in here, they have the ability to make a short rebuttal speech. And that is like a reply to that speech, you know? It's 40 seconds long. You can say whatever you want as a reply to this speech. And then the main speaker who already spoke can reply to it in 40 seconds again. And that's it. A person cannot do any more replies. And then we're going to move on to the next debaters who want to make also rebuttals. At the same time, if anyone has PUIs, we're going to ask the main speaker if they want PUIs. PUIs are questions, basically, right? So after the speaker is done, we're going to be like, do you have, are you open to have any PUIs? If yes, each speaker will have 2 PUIs, 2 questions to answer. And any debater who has any question about the speech, they can ask, right? We're going to entertain them. Unfortunately, we're only going to take 2 due to time constraints. They can ask the debater, and the debater can answer. And then after that, we're going to move on with the rebuttal things. After the rebuttal things, we're going to move on down the list. I know it's a little bit complicated, but I hope I explained it well. And if you have any questions, I can answer at any time. It's okay.
No, thank you so much. I mean, you explained it very brief, succinctly, but very coherently, and also you have a very beautiful accent, I must confess.
Thank you, I really appreciate it, man. Don't make me blush. All right, so are we all cool here?
Sorry
Yeah,
for
I think
interrupting.
Any questions?
So sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
I have. Like you said that POIs as well as rebuttal. So is there a difference between them? Like as if I finish my speech within 1 minute and 30 seconds, and after that there would be rebuttals, right?
First of all, we're going to ask you if you want to entertain POIs, if you want to answer questions. If you don't, we're going to move on to rebuttals. If you do, you're going to answer them, and then we're going to move on to rebuttals.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. I think Zena is disappeared.
I am back. Am I visible and audible?
Yeah, there she is. Yeah, we can hear it.
I'm really sorry for disappearing. Actually, my network, it sucks. Okay. So the disclaimer that I was telling you, I guess it has been clarified from Omar itself, but still certain things. One, that this is somewhat the final round or the round of decision where you need to present your thoughts and your opinions clear, straight. Just speak from the mouth, tell the person that, no, I don't believe what you said. And we would get in that as your statement of opinion or whatever you believe and stand by. So we'd recommend you to straight away see the face of the person and just tell that, no, I don't believe that, this thing should take place, and I don't believe with what you said. You're definitely allowed to give more than 1 rebuttals in case you have something really heated up to say to the speaker who's given speeches before you. So it all depends on how you are going to present your speech. So all the very best. And Aparna, you have a question, I guess. You've raised your hand. Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to ask that in the rebuttal session, apart from the speech, can we also question about the opening speech?
Definitely. That is something which I forgot to mention, really sorry, that your this rebuttal round, this was initially a stance statement round where you were about to give your opinion, whether you stand by it or you don't stand by it. But we changed it to a rebuttal round because of the reason that we did not entertain POIs in the first round, because we wanted you to add those points, those questions that you had in your rebuttal speeches, so that you can straight away ask it from the person that, you mentioned this thing and I don't agree with you, and I don't agree with you because of this. Now, I guess I was clear enough. So with this, I guess we should start. Omar, you take over this round, right?
Wait, I do have one more tip to Aparna. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So basically, I've explained that there's a time where you can ask PUIs. It can save you a little bit of time if you can ask PUIs and then have your own rebuttal speech where you can just, I don't know, reply, fight the delegate, whatever you want. But if you couldn't make it on the PUIs list, you can speak it on the rebuttals. It's totally fine. It's an open arena. All right, thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right, great.
So why we're having rebuttal speech happens and we get frustrated to the fact that, oh, I wasn't recognized. I had a very good question, but I wasn't recognized and I couldn't speak it. So you have a whole speech which you can add n number of questions and you don't even need a recognition. So that is something innovative and different about this ODF, that we are actually having a rebuttal round for your POIs. You can actually add on your POIs in that whole speech. You can add on n number of things that you want to question the person, and it's gonna be super fiery. That is what we need. Okay, enough of talking. Kumar, the stage is all yours. You can take over for this round.
All right, Zena, can you entertain the main list first of all? Like, help me.
Yeah. Okay. I can recognize people. You want me to recognize them, right?
Yeah, while I write it down.
Can we not just follow the order of the first round itself? I mean, I think that would save time.
We can do that, but it's just that sometimes some people are not willing to speak in the first round of rebuttals. Maybe they are willing to speak in the second round of rebuttals after they're having n number of statements to.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was compulsory to speak in the first round this time, right? So I think everyone has.
No, it's not compulsory for you to speak in the first round, but initially somebody has to speak in the first round so that people can come in the second round and speak.
Can you repeat again how many rebuttal round will be there?
It depends on how many you want them to be for. For example, the first round can consist of 5 speakers. And okay, we'll do one thing. We have in total 8 speakers, right? So with 4 speakers in the first round and then 4 speakers in the second round. And if you want another rebuttal round, we can have all the 8 speakers in the third rebuttal round, if you want that. And with this, I would recommend not to have a closing statement round, if you're okay with this.
She's recommending it to you. She's not like, she's asking, like, what do y'all think?
No, I think
a conclusion round should be there.
Okay, one at a time.
I think it depends on the time. Like if we have some time left, so I think we can have a closing statement or something.
Yeah, definitely. So, so I would recommend you guys to at least get recognized for this first round itself, so that we can have less rounds and more of debating, because right now is all we're wasting. So can you please start? So whoever wants to speak in the first round of rebuttals, please raise your hands. Mayank, you've been recognized. Nupur, you've been recognized. Okay, nobody else wants to speak in the first round. You have to speak in the first round.
That's right. We can do with this. We can go on with this and then continue.
Okay, that's fine.
There will be rebuttals and POIs, definitely.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely. They're playing safe. I see that.
All right. So.
Okay. So yeah, Omar, the stage is all yours. I will just do it.
Do you want me to write it down for you on the chat, or you got it?
This round is yours, Omar. You're gonna do it.
All right. All right, so we're gonna start with Mayank. You have the
Can I please
stage.
go second? I'm so sorry. I'd like to go second, if that's not an issue.
All right, Nupur, Nupur, we can start with you, if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
All right, amazing. Speak whenever you want, or we're gonna start the timer.
Okay, so I have my opinion towards what Sukant said. He said that there's an argument where he said the children are exposed to bad content and are influenced by them. But I'm saying that even though they are influenced, and you're kind of making a suppression to on them by restricting them through the entire idea of censorship, that also won't work, because they will find 800 other ways to go to that particular content and watch from other sources. So that is not a so here we can say that entire censorship is not a solution for that. And secondly, I want to point out what Aparna said, that there should be a supervisory body instead of a controlling body, and that would help like with a mixed supervisory body. It will help to resolve the problem or bring out any kind of issues. Either way, either the content creators are making, they're free to create all the content which is accessible to the people, because OTT is known for making valuable content which are relative to the people, and which are talking about social issues and all those kind of content which people resonates with. And if we are giving entire censorship, and if the content creators are bringing content against the government or anything which is showing the true reality, then again people will not see the reality which is shown by the OTT platforms. So that's my opinion.
Thank you, Nupur. Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Nupur, are you open for any PYs?
Yes, I'm open.
All right, so we will entertain two PYs. Please raise your hands now. We're gonna recognize Aparna. Are there any people? All right, Aparna, you can ask your PY. And Sukant, you're gonna go after.
So basically, Nupur, you said that the OTT should have a supervisory body, right? You agree to that?
Yes, OTT should have a supervisory body, but the supervisory body should be a mixture of the self-regulatory body and government interference. So it should be a mixed one, a mixed structure. Either of them individual is not.
Okay, but my question is that how is that any beneficial? Look, if the government is involved, they will form legislatures, and that is equals to censorship. And if you have a self-regulatory body, again, that's the same problem. You don't have right of speech and expression. Again, if you make a content that includes, nudity or terrorism, something against the country, something against one religion, that means that will be taken down as fast, as possible. So how is that any helpful?
See, what I'm trying to say, the balanced approach is that the content creators, with whatever content they are making, the content can be very much wrong for the audience to perceive, as you mentioned, like terrorism and all. That can be controlled by the government if the government interference is there. But on the other hand, if the content creators are also getting freedom in their own ways to create content which is valuable and giving the social insights which the people are recognizing and knowing and learning from it. So that's the reason I feel the balanced approach is required.
Thank you, Nupur. Aparna, we're gonna have to move down the list. Apologies for that. We're gonna come back to you though after Sukant. That's okay. Great. All right, Sukant, state your POI.
As you told that, as I told that, ki youth are going on wrong direction after watching series on OTT platform, and you contradict it. My question is, if censorship is implied on OTT platform, the when the series will post on OTT platform, that scene will not be present on that. Then how they find 800 many others way to watch that?
Okay, to answer that, it's not only OTT platforms, as you mentioned, that OTT platforms create all these things, but all these things are also available in other platforms as well, if you take into consideration social media or any other platform in spite of the OTT. So the so that particular topic, that's my answer.
Thank you, Nupur. Sukan, do you have any follow-ups?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. If you may just lower your hand so we don't get confused. Yep, thank you. Aparna, go on.
Okay, so I have this last query, and that is, Nupur, once more, you stated that in the OTT platform, you said that the youth, when they look at the scenes that are not appropriate, and there are some obscure scenes, or whatever you said, I think that is based on the viewers. This is one of the problems that people these days have. That is, some etiquettes should be taught, to children at a very young age, and that leads to censorship, I guess. Things in India itself, people don't teach things at a young age, at a prime age, and that leads to censorship. And then they're like
Aparna,
waiting and other stuff.
sorry to cut you off, but this is supposed to be a question. If you want to say that, you can definitely say it in the rebuttals, like the short rebuttal speech. That would be amazing, but that is for questions. So if you may restate that in a question, or do you want to keep it for the rebuttal speech?
I'll save it later. Save it for later.
All right, thank you. Nilay, did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, you pronounced it correctly.
All right, amazing. So you just joined, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I just joined right now.
All right. I'm sorry to interrupt. Nilay is one of our panelists, and he's joined us for a short panel discussion. So we're glad to have you, Nilay. And before you start, I would like to give a small introduction for you. So
Sure.
Nilay is born in Lucknow and is an ontologist by profession. He is the founder of Vishalakshi Foundation. He had a dream of a world with 0% hunger and 100% education, and which is the dream of every volunteer of the Vishalakshmi family as well. So more than 1,500 volunteers work tirelessly for this organization. Though the unwavering resolve and perseverance, his foundation has fed thousands of people through the initiative Project Hunger. So with this, we'd welcome you on the screen, sir. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much for having me. As you said about a lot about me, and definitely as it became very clear that I am working in the direction of zero hunger and poverty. And the idea of Vishalakshi Foundation is to ensure that no one is sleeping with an empty stomach. Approximately 7,000 people are dying in India every day, which accumulates to a total of 2.5 million people in a year. We lose due to hunger. And in order to overcome that, we at Vishalakshi Foundations decided that we will do something about it. And from there, we started Project Hunger. And in just 2 years of time, we have fed more than 400,000 people. We have adopted 4 slums in India. We are running 4 schools in India for the underprivileged children, where 300 children are getting free education. Since last year till date, we have been able to provide 40,000 ration kits to the needy families, along with the numerous packets of milk packets for the infants, and a lot we have done so far. It is one such reason why we have been honored by Her Excellency, the Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Srimati Anandiben Patel ji. Apart from that, we have been honored by various media channels, and recently we made it to Forbes India as well. So Forbes India, recognized our efforts as Corona frontline warriors. However, I'll not go much into detail about poverty and hunger. I think that the topic of discussion is quite different, and I'll be totally focusing on it. See, my area of expertise is not into it, but yeah, as a human as a human being, you can say, or as a normal individual who is highly active on these platforms. Basically, when we are we all are active on Netflix, or we all are watching series and movies over Amazon Prime or Sony Live or Hotstar. We all are last year and this year we have dedicated a huge amount of a time to these platforms. What, as an individual, I believe that there are always cons and pros to everything, right? Internet, what is internet? If you use internet wisely, it is very good. If you don't use internet wisely, it can be deadly. People are using it for marketing, people are using it to create big business chains, and there are people who are using it for hacking, right? It's how you use it, how you see it. And definitely when things become transparent, when things become open, when everything becomes open, it's not good. Even I am a person who is working for Google India, right? In our area of work, we have to make sure that we serve only those queries which do not hurt the sentiment of any individual. We have to be very cautious about. See, India, if we talk about India, India has n number of religions, caste, creed, n number of ideologies, n number of gods are there in India. So we have to be very cautious before creating anything. I'm not saying that, anyone is here to, take your right to or freedom of speech or freedom of expression. It's a different concept altogether. In the name of freedom of expression, in the name of freedom of speech, you cannot present anything and everything that can harm a huge amount of people. So we have to see censorship. If is done in a right way, then censorship is also right. If censorship is not done in a right way, if the government is utilizing their power in a wrong way in the name of censorship, then censorship is also wrong. Presenting something right on these platforms is right. If you're not presenting them in the right way, it is wrong. So both the ways I see it, that we have to be very cautious. I believe that in our area of work, when we are going to serve food, we always make sure that we do not differentiate between a Hindu and a Muslim, right? We always ensure that we do not make any kind of differentiation between a poor person or a person who is middle class, right? Because food has no religion. In a similar way, I think that we have to be very cautious. It's not like that, no, I'm a Hindu, you're a Muslim, I will serve only Hindu people. It's not like that. In a similar way, we have to ensure that whatever we are going to present, there are, our brothers and sisters outside who will be watching them. Will they feel good about it? Will it hurt them? Or will it make them happy? Will it inspire them or will it demotivate them? We have to be very particular about these things. So if there are actions, if there is censorship for right, that censorship is right. If it is not done in a right way, if it is done just in the name of power, then it's wrong. So I have mixed feelings about it, basically.
Thank you so much, sir. You've
My pleasure.
actually given participants so many points to speak upon, and actually see them smiling that, oh, I got a point, now I'll be this one.
I want both the parties to win, actually. That's why.
That's so nice of you, and it's the opportunity for us to witness you here today. You're doing such a huge thing for India, and it feels so nice that we're connected with you. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for coming today.
My pleasure. Thank you for
Moving
having me.
forward. All right, sir. Thank you so much. So with this, I guess, Omar, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, loud and clear.
All right. So can we please have the further list of participants?
You were cutting off. Can you repeat that again?
All right. Am I audible now?
Yes.
All right. So for the next list of participants, who all wants to speak for the next round of rebuttals? Please
Zena,
raise
we
your hands.
still didn't do the rebuttals thing.
Yeah, we're doing the rebuttals. Actually, we were done with the first two speakers, right?
No, we were only talking with the first speaker. We did PUIs, and then you remember these short rebuttals for each main speaker.
Yeah, all right, all right.
I mean,
We
it's
can
up
have
to
a
how you
short-
want to do it. I don't mind any.
Actually, we can just tell them to add those rebuttals in their main rebuttal speech if it's fine.
Yeah, I think we can do that. All right, sounds great. So we got the next speaker.
I guess Nishant wants to say something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Omar, if you could just add my name in the first group, because Nilesh sir almost told all my points. So I believe that it would be much more interesting if I'd be there in the first group, right?
All right.
So much.
All right, so Nishant, you're gonna have to go after Sukant because we've entertained him before, but you can go right after him. All right, so are there any people who wants to be added to the speakers list?
Yeah, I mean, my name was there in the speakers list. I hope it has not been omitted.
Sonali?
This is Mayank.
Also, sorry to interrupt. Before we move forward, are you guys okay with not rebuttals, or do you want short rebuttals? Anybody speak up if they want it or they do not want it, because it's all up to you. It's not upon me or Omar.
I wasn't able to hear you clearly.
Okay, you're not able to hear me correct.
Yeah, now I'm able to. Maybe it's some internet issues.
All right. I hope I'm audible now. I was asking you guys if you want short rebuttal rounds as well or not.
Yeah, it works. It works.
Yes.
Yes, it's interesting to have a other person's opinion on your opinions. Like close opinion question.
Superb.
Good.
Right then. So we're gonna have short rebuttals as well. So for the first speaker, whoever wants to give short rebuttals over his or her speech, I don't know. So can we please have those people raising their hands? Who wants to give short rebuttals for the previous speeches that have taken place before? Manav, you've been recognized. Anybody else? Apart from Manav, short rebuttals?
Aparna, did you have any short rebuttals?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna add you to it too.
All right, so Aparna recognized. Anybody else? Nishant. No. I guess we're now. So Omar, you can take over.
Zina, sorry, who was the first one you entertained?
First one was Manav.
Manav. All right, Manav, you got 40 seconds to reply to Nupur's speech. Yes, you have the floor. Manav, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, amazing. Whenever you want, let's go. Manav?
Yes.
You have raised your hand to do a short rebuttal speech. Do you still want to do that?
Can I start?
Yeah, definitely.
According to me, OTT platforms like Amazon, Netflix must ask Aadhaar card or something like that from subscribers to check the age, because in absence of supervisory board, it would be awkward for lower age people like children and all, because sometimes it shows some adult content to them, and platform must ask subscriber while subscribing which content they would like to see, because different people have different mentality and all vary from one person to another, because India we have different, not in India but all in the world, people, there are different communities like leftist and all type. So it there must be a supervisory board for an OTT. Thank you.
Thank you, Manav, for the point. Nupur, that was a rebuttal, aka reply to your speech. You can either reply to it or just we can move on down the rebuttals list. It's your choice.
We can
move on. All right. Thank you again, Manav. Aparna, it's your turn.
Okay, thank you so much. So look, Nupur, all I wanted to convey was that, look, even the children, they need to learn about many things, many adult topics that one doesn't mention it to them. They should be taught from an early age that what should be done and what shouldn't be done, what is wrong and what is right. Look, so my simple statement is that we should demystify it for children. Look, censorship is okay. I'm okay with censorship, but just the thing is that that it's make it even for children. That's it.
Thank you, Aparna. Nupur, do you wish to reply to this?
Yes, I do agree to your point, Aparna. And at the same time, I also want to point out that there's also another way which this can be approached into. Like the platforms are also coming out with this app feature wherein there is separate section for the kids, for the kids content to watch, and separate for the adults one. Now, as you mentioned about the sexual education or sexuality education, which the children should have at an early age, it is essential. But at the same time, whatever should be provided is being provided. At the same time, like everyone is seeing the viewership thing that 18 plus can see this content and the age group. So again, it is there, but it is our choice to see or not again.
Thank you, Nupur. Now that we're done with the Sukant, do you wish
Can
to
I
be
ask
added?
question now?
Sukant? Yeah, sure.
No, sir, Ravi. I'm Ravi, sir.
Oh, Ravi.
Can I ask
Yeah,
question?
sorry. You have a question?
Nupur,
Sure.
yes. Because of the last point that Nupur said. Nupur, you said that there is a children and that platform is available on the app. It is not with the whole app. Only the Netflix has provided a children's section where the adult content is prohibited, not all other apps. It is their self feature they have made. So it is, you can't say that feature is universal.
No, I'm not saying that it is available. I'm saying that should be done. Like the app feature should be used by other other platforms.
Like
the
no,
Netflix
you said that
Waiters. Give me a second. This is not like an open debate. It has to be moderated. So, Ravi, if you wish to continue this, I can add you to the short rebuttals list.
No. Okay, I'm fine.
It's all right.
No. It's okay, sir. I will.
All right.
But not now.
All right. Thank you, Ravi. Is there anyone who wishes to be added to the short rebuttals list? If not, we're going to move on to the main speakers. Sukant. Sukant, you've been recognized. You can go on.
My question to Nupur, as I told, youth are going on wrong direction after watching series on OTT. But you told that they have a lot of option on social media platform. But as I think you didn't aware from this, so maximum social media have privacy issues. Maximum social media privacy. If you share any child pornography in Instagram, your account will be deleted. And the new IT rules, that is a word is mentioned in parental cap. Then how you defend this?
Nupur.
Yeah,
do you wish
can I start? Yeah. So
Yes,
okay. So to answer your question, when I say they can have access to these resources through other platforms, I'm not saying digitally. If you see like past years, there were magazines available for this kind of contents. So people can rely on that as well, even though they are not existing now. But if they want to see such content in any way possible, they can find it different ways to watch it. I'm not saying Instagram has this feature of not allowing this content. They can probably find the content from other discussion forums. So yeah, with that I will.
Thank you, Nupur. All right, so any more speakers to be added to the short rebuttals? I'm gonna count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We're gonna now move on to the next speaker on the main list, 90 seconds. Mayank, you got the floor, and then Nishant, you're gonna go after.
So there seems to be a consensus in the committee today that there needs to be some sense of some degree of regulation. My only question today is who decides or delineates where the golden line of this regulation is. I'd like to posit one very celebrated case in international humanitarian law, where the United Kingdom government, the decision was overturned by the European Court of Human Rights in the case of Handyside versus UK. Herein, the court was of the opinion that free speech is protected even in cases where it seeks to offend, shock, or disturb. Much debate and deliberation today has been around child pornography, and child pornography is what discussed in this case. And the courts were of the opinion that you cannot completely ostracize child pornography from distribution. It seems it was construed as child pornography, although the plaintiff seems to have posited that it only meant to educate children about sexual health and all. So my only question to the committee today is, does India have this level of social maturity where we can, disseminate such information? In my humble opinion, no. That's why I feel the idea of, having an oversight regulatory authority very problematic. What I alternatively posit is an independent oversight authority, which is constituted of members of civil society instead of, interministerial politicians and Supreme Court judges. This would also prohibit it from, being misused for political vendetta and as a leverage for political gains. I conclude.
Thank you, Mayank. Are you open for any PUIs from the debaters?
Yes, I'm open for PUI.
All right, thank you. Any people who wish to ask their PUIs to Mayank regarding his speech? Raise your hands now. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Sorry, I was not able to hear you due to internet not proper connection. Can you repeat?
That's all right, Manab. I was saying if anyone has PUIs, questions to Mayank about his speech. I'm going to count down again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, seems like there are no PUIs in the house. We're going to move on to the short rebuttal speeches to Mayank's main speech. Anyone who has a short rebuttal of 40 seconds, a reply, a discussion about what he was talking about, you may raise your hands now. Anything. Doesn't have to be 40 seconds. All right, Aparna. Anyone else? It's good for you to participate. All right, then we're gonna go on. Aparna, please.
Mayank, I would like to comment that you said that Indian youth doesn't have that much of, of course we have a large population, and your basic point was that the youth doesn't have that much of maturity, and are we open for, the pornography or, the other stuff? Look, my point is just simple, that you can always begin, you can always have a start. Look, nothing could be, even today censorship, might not prevent things. It doesn't prevent things, to be honest. We have, in cinemas also we have, but the thing is we can always have a starting, we can always start sex education from, an early age.
All right, thank you, Aparna. Sonali, Why did you raise your hands?
Yeah, hi. I would just I'm just want to ask that we live in a society where a
Wait,
girl's clothes.
wait. Sorry. It's still Mayank has to reply to
Oh,
Aparna's
sorry.
speech, and
Sorry,
then
I was
you
distracted by
you can
that.
ask
So
after. Thank you.
my response to that is firstly that I never commented that the Indian youth is immature or anything. I said that we lack the social maturity, right? We don't only have to cater to the Indian youth, we also have to cater to the society at large. Okay, we have very orthodox elements in our society. We do not want a civil war starting just for people. Some people can watch Netflix and chill. I hope I'm making sense. That laws are formulated and they are a true mirror of the society we are in. Of course, we need to expurgate very orthodox elements of the society, and I will completely agree with you that the beginning has to be made. But the beginning has to be made by disseminating and fomenting that social maturity among people, which only can happen by a robust civil society action and not through foisting laws that people do not want. I'll conclude.
Thank you, Mayank. Sonali, you can start your rebuttal now.
Yeah. I want to ask you one question. How will you manage to bring the civil society or whatever you're saying to the society where a girl's clothes are blamed for any mishappening happened to her? How will you say that?
So, firstly, I believe that is outside the domain of today's discussion, but still, I would very humbly posit that can only happen, when people like you who feel strongly for this reason, unite and put forth, whenever a politician makes a misplaced comment like this, you ensure that there is a political outcome for it, and they do not get to win the election. It is a democracy. You have the right to vote. Use your vote to foment whatever ideology you have. If your ideology is feminism, very good. Please go ahead, and that is how you rope in the civil societies, the NGOs, the active elements of society. Yes, please.
Cool. I'll not vote for the leader who said so. But what about the 17,000 followers he has got? Who will change their thinking? They will blame a girl for her clothes, or they'll simply say that I watched it on Netflix and then it happened. Then what?
If that leader has 70,000 followers, you have all the right to get 1 lakh followers. You outdo their. You use logic. How does democracy function? Democracy functions through deliberation. You deliberate. You do not bring in law, because if we have laws against dowry, but do people follow those laws? Why? Because people do not completely agree with it. How do you make them agree with it? When the change comes from within, the change comes from society. As I said, laws are nothing but a reflection of the society, right? So I'm using the word foist. When you foist means to unwantedly, as we say in Hindi, thopna. You do not agree with it, but you completely enforce it on someone else. I am absolutely against unwarranted foisting of laws. Is all I'm positing. I completely feel for your cause. I would completely agree with you, but bringing in laws, and I said we do not subscribe to the epitome of European human rights. As I quoted the case of Handyside versus UK, it would cause riots in the streets. Believe me, you saw what happened in Pakistan the other day. They were protesting against French ambassadors. Are we very different from Pakistan? I do not think so. We lack the social maturity. Let's face the music and let's foment and deliberate upon to bring real changes and not just changes in laws and litigations.
Thank you, Mayank. Sonali, if you wish to reply to this, we can add you later on to the short rebuttals.
No. Thank you.
All right, great. Aparna.
Mayank, you stated a very nice point that, social maturity and other things, and I completely agree with that. But how are you planning to do that? I mean, it's your statement. So how do you think, we can put that on the social, on the society of India?
I'll have to divert from today's topic a bit, but this is not an issue which I feel very strongly for, women's right. What I feel strongly for is, say, the Panchayati Raj system. Because I feel if you work on the grassroots, it will automatically ameliorate the entire polity as a whole. What will I do? I would join NGOs, as we had that person. I'm so sorry, I forgot his name, but he's working. He's adopting what are they called? Shanties, and I'm so sorry, I forgot the word for it. That he adopted 4 of what? Where small houses and all. I'm so sorry, I forgot the word. But that is the way forward to go to it. You mingle with the grassroots of the society. You work on the grassroots level. Okay, you do not foist, as I'm using the word foist, on the Supreme Court passes a judgment that will not percolate to the grassroots levels of the polity. I hope I am able to make sense. Only
Thank you,
then
man.
the mentality can change.
Thank you, Mayank. Aparna, any replies? All right, good. Nishant?
Yeah, he had a nice point.
Right, thank you.
Actually have a question where he stated that the laws are a reflection of the society. Me being as a law student, well, you see, laws are made in such a way so that so that the society and the people living in there could have a better life, right? So if you think that even if this comes up, even if censorship comes up, I think it would be better because trust me, the lawmakers and like even if you have a case, these laws are made based on the cases, and that is the ground reality. And you, as you said, that people who work in NGOs and everything, trust me, these advocates and the court take out information from such places so that they could make laws in a better way and for everyone, and particularly for a public at large, not for everyone, but if that is 90%, then it is made 90% in favor of them rather than the 10%.
So you're repeating my point only. I am talking about roping in the civil society. Civil society is nothing but the NGOs and all. No, I am a lawyer. I know how lawmaking works. I mean, you are just repeating my point, to be very honest. But yes, I mean, I'm very happy that you're agreeing with me. Thank you so much. And talking about legitimacy of laws, the legitimacy of law only comes when it is legitimate in the eyes of the people, right? If I bring in a law tomorrow that everyone in India has to be an adherent of a particular religion, it would cause riots, right? Now that is a very, what should I say, blunt example, but try and transpose it to the current situation. It only garners legitimacy when people think it to be legitimate. I conclude.
Thank you, Mayank. Nishant, is everything good? All right, amazing. Any more speakers to be added to the short rebuttals list? Last call for Mayank's main speech. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you, Mayank. This will be it. Amazing. Like, I love the debate so far. We're gonna move on to the next speaker on the main list. Nishant, you can go on. 90 seconds.
Yeah, thank you so much. Right? Okay. First of all, I hope you guys all respect others' view, and as well as I believe the same, that would be respecting mine also. And as Nilesh sir before told that we have spent a lot of time on these OTT platforms during this pandemic, and this is the very much this is the point that I would like to say, that people, these OTT platforms have such a big power on our way of thinking, and they have such a bigger hand. So even if a person starts a show, or even if movies, and even if he spreads some messages that kind of in the name of right of speech and expression, that kind of builds up chaos in the country. So I very much believe that these right of speech and expression should be there, agree to it, but then it should not be while compromising the security of the country. Because if we see series like Patal Lok and Tandav that came in, and it was a much more there were a lot of controversies on that, and words like Hindu phobia emerged. So I very much believe that the censor board should be there, but the real point is in whose hand? Is it the government? No, it should be in the individual hand, because the government, what it does, like if I give you an example of Sacred Games, it showed that the Gandhi legacy, that showed somewhere or the other there were flaws, right? So it showed on that point. But there we have to understand that government keeps on changing, and government would on changes it would agree on, it would only show things that are in favor of them. I'm sorry, I was a bit nervous because I just changed my place right now because of the.
That's all right. Thank you, Nishant. No, it's all right. We usually give a little bit of bonus time above the timer if we know that you're like ending the speech, you know. Unless you're in the middle, probably will stop you, but we love being flexible debaters. It helps them. So, are you open for any PYs?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, great. Anyone has PYs to ask to Nishant's speech? Sukant, you've been recognized.
So, I have a question from Nishant. How you think that censorship in individual hands works better with comparison to government?
Right. So I believe that even before one of our speakers said, I'm sorry, I lost the name in between, but I believe that the speaker said that it should be much more in individual hand rather than the government's hand, because the government that is at present would make changes according to themselves in the OTT platforms, and the next government would make changes according to them. You see, these things keeps on changing, and then even if there are some real, if like we all know that OTT platforms have this thing that they try to express with the right to expression and speech. They try to express much more of the things, and even in documentaries that we see, Big Boy Billionaires and many of the stuff that on Netflix, we see that somewhere or the other governments were at fault. Now, if that government is at present in power, they would not try to, why would someone try to defame themselves? They would try to avoid that thing, and that is the reason why censorship should not be in the hand of the government. It should be hand of an individual. That was proposed before also, but the government rejected it.
Thank you, Nishant. Sukant, do you have any follow-ups?
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. So we can now, are there any PYs in the house? Again, last question, last time.
Yeah, I have one. Ravi.
Who's that?
Ravi.
Ravi, yeah, all right. You can ask your PY.
Like you said that it should be in the hand of one person or one, you can say, office, but that is not true. That person can be purchased, or that I can say that can be the idea of that person or that community. Not even say that, but what I'm saying is that it not should be in the hand of one person. But it should be in the hand of, partially it should be in the hand of government. Government should make something rule like 10 or 20 years before. I don't know, being an engineering student, I don't know the exact law or law terminology. So, but a cable law was made on the TV that what kind of content should be made. It's not like they're scrutinized the content. Only some kind of limitation was there. So the point you said that it should be in the hand of one person, that is not right according to me. It should be a limitation should be made by the government, and then it should be handed over to someone else, some person, the further limitations on the OTT platform.
Thank you, Ravi. But next time, let's keep this for the short rebuttal speech. It's like 40 seconds. You can ask your question, you can reply, you can do whatever you want. But thank you for this again.
Sure. I will try.
Nishant, do you wish to reply?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm really sorry to interrupt you guys. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so because of time constraints, we need to wrap up by 8:15 maximum. So I guess we should suspend the last round, which is the closing statement round, because if you guys really want rebuttals and only rebuttals, then there's no use of getting on to the closing statements. So if you're up for this suggestion, maybe we can move forward without any breaks and complete it by 8:15. Or if you wanted to go longer, then you can definitely have a break and then the rebuttal and then the closing statement round as well. Any
I think we can
suggestions?
do without the conclusion round. Oh, without part 3, I think we can wrap this up by 8:15.
Yeah, +1.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, we are fine with
Yeah,
the conclusion round.
We're fine with the conclusion round. Who is that?
Without, ma'am, without.
Without. All right. Super. Then we can move forward. And Omar, back to you.
All right, great. Nishant, you were going to reply to Ravi.
Yeah. As actually, kind of my connection went in between, but as I could summarize the question, it was, I said that not a single person, but every OTT platform as a Netflix, introduce Netflix India as a censorship. People of India should be present there because because people of our own country know what we can provide and what we cannot. And as you said that government, it should be in the hands of government. Well, if you see that point, then what is the difference between our televisions and the OTT platforms that we have? What is the difference between the newspaper that we get every day and the news we see on the internet, right? Because if it is in the hands of the government, then we all know what's going to happen. It's the same that's going to happen with news that we get every day. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nishant. Sukant, do you have a rebuttal?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a question. Who will decide who will decide that what's right or what's wrong on this?
You see, the decision is basically done from the Supreme Court. And what I would suggest that the OTT platforms provide such kind of rules and regulations themselves so that they could be in favor of, like, they could have a better upper hand than the government, because we all know that what the government is doing and how it kind of make changes in the news that we get every day. And the government shows us what we like. The government shows what it needs to show us. It's not what we want to see, right? That's
Thank you, Nishant. Anyone who wishes to have a
I have
rebuttal? Who?
Manav.
Yeah, sure, Manav, go ahead.
As Nishant said, the decision is in the hand of people one-to-one, not in the hand of government. According to me, there must be a supervisory board or censor board for the OTT platform also, because everyone's opinion is different from everyone. So there must be there must be a supervisory board.
yeah.
Right.
Can I answer the question?
Yeah, you can answer.
You see, Manav, you said yourself that there is a need for these censorship, right? And as I said before, that the government won't be taking decision. It would be the decision of the Supreme Court, because countries' laws are usually passed there, and if they accept it. So you see, what I'm trying to say here is that the government will try to make all those OTT platforms the same as we see on the televisions, the cables. And this is the very big reason that we need OTT platforms, so that we can get out of that particular eggshell and we could explore much more things. But much more things in a way that they do not make chaos in a country, because as Nilay sir said before, that there are various caste and various religion in a country that somewhere or the other get hurt. That's my answer.
Thank you, Nishant. Any more rebuttals, questions, whatever? Anyone?
I want to speak.
Who?
Ravi.
Like a main speaker, or do you like reply to?
Reply.
All right, go ahead.
Like you said that it should not be in the hand of government again, while replying to someone rebuttal. Look, government, who made the government? The people made the government. So it's not like that they will make a law that is not good. It is based on the what people think. You made the government is made by the people, so they will make the laws according to the people. And again, you point said that regarding the news you see on media and on the newspaper. My friend, there is a credibility on the newspaper. And on internet, it is not. There, you can see numerous number of sources which are not credible, which are not maybe true or not, but newspaper are considered to be true. That's it.
Right. So I'd be answering the question. As you said that newspaper have a credibility, agree to the point. But you see, there is where censorship comes in, if the news that are on the internet, they cannot there are much more of fake news rather than the real news, right? So that is why you need censorship. But on the other hand, where I'm trying to say is that the government, you said that it is us people, right? It is us people who have elected the government. But you see, government is elected by us, agreed on that point. But the rules and regulations made, they try to bend it in their own favors. The government, usually this is what happens. That is what we have seen from the past few years. And even if you look up at the news, you see that, not to be political, but the news came up that Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, has he has recovered the second wave. Like, he has taken into hands. It was a very good decision and everything else. But we all know the reality, right? I've seen my friends who suffered from this, and I know how much, like in what state the country was. But you can't see those news. You can see them on somewhere if a video comes in or something like that, as in the magazine that published many of the things. You see, that is where the reality comes out. What we have seen in news is that, okay, there are these number of deaths, and this is how it was handled. But if you look at the other cases at the other magazine that were published outside of India, they have shown us the real news. That is the real situation. The government is trying to show us what it wants to show us, not what it is and what we want to see. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, thank you, Nishant. I have a little bit of news. I'm going to pass my moderating rights to Zena. She's going to take over for a bit. I have to go do something really important. Zena, are you with us?
Yes, Omar. Thank you so
All right.
much.
All right, amazing.
And
just one more thing.
Omar will be, yeah.
Aparna, she raised her hands for a short rebuttal, 30 seconds. So if you can do that, that'll be amazing.
All right. Thank you so much, Omar. And I guess we'll be having you shortly, right?
Hey, what?
I guess we'll be having you back soon.
Yeah, definitely. Like 5 to 7 minutes.
Super. So before we entertain Aparna's point, we have something in suggestion. We should have a confusion round where we can discuss the solutions instead of only rebuttals, or else there's no use of discussion if we're not having some confusion point solutions or insights. Yeah, you're correct. That is what I was coming up to. If you guys are comfortable enough, we can entertain one rebuttal speech each from each one of you. And we can have POIs instead of rebuttal speeches, because it's going to be way simpler and much quicker. So if you agree on that, we can move forward. And I guess we're left with very few speakers, so we'll be done quickly, and we can also get on to the closing statement round. And also, I'm really sorry, I won't be able to turn on my camera because there's no light in my room, and yeah. So if you all agree with this, maybe we can move forward.
It's okay.
All right, so everybody agrees to the fact that we'll have one speech per speaker for the rebuttal rounds?
Yeah, right.
And also, don't worry about the marking. The other speakers who got a chance to give short rebuttals will be marked accordingly to the process that has been followed for each one of you. So with this, moving forward, who's up for speaking on the next? Who else wants to give a rebuttal speech? Please raise your hands. All right.
But firstly, tell what is going to happen now. What are the rule now after removing some of the portion?
Okay, so Ravi, the thing is, we are going to have only one rebuttal speech each from each speaker, and after that, when the speaker is done with his speech, he's allowed to take up to one POI because we are short of time, and then we move on to the closing speech round.
Okay, right.
Is it okay with everybody? Speak up, guys. Okay. All right then. So Aparna, you've been recognized. Who else is left for the rebuttal speech? Nishant is done with his speech. Nupur is done with her speech. Mayank, you were done with the speech as well, right? I guess we have Mayank, but he's not responding.
No, I'm here. Yes, I've been. I did my speech. So yeah.
All right. Sonali, you've been recognized. Anybody else who's left with the rebuttal speech? Aparna, you've been recognized. Lower your hand. Okay, Nishant, Nupur, Mayank, Sonali. Sukant, you were done with your rebuttal speech, right? Sukant, are you there?
Like you said, that there will be only one rebuttal speech that is for every main speaker, or only for the whole round?
No, for the main speakers, like all the speakers need to give one rebuttal speech, right? So you're only allowed up to one rebuttal speeches now because of the time. So do you wish to speak?
No, I speak on the last participant.
What exactly? Pardon me?
I said that I did participate in a rebuttal speech in the last participant.
Okay. So you gave your rebuttal speech before.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Ravi, you've given your rebuttal speech before?
But
Ravi, are
ma'am,
you there?
yes, ma'am,
Have you given-
Nishant, ma'am.
Oh no, you guys are not understanding. I am asking you guys, have you individually given your rebuttal speeches, or have you just given your rebuttal speeches in the reply to some participant?
I just replied, ma'am, not individually.
No, then you're left with your rebuttal speech. So should I add your name in the speakers list, or you don't wish to speak in
Okay,
the rebuttal?
ma'am. No, ma'am. Then I want to speak.
All right then, Ravi. So you're the fourth and the last participant. With this, we'll start with the list of speakers. The first speaker who's going to give us the speech of rebuttal is Aparna. Aparna, the stage is all yours. And unfortunately, we're not going to have the timer right now. So I'll take care of the time on my own. You may go on. So there you go. Aparna, the stage is all yours for next 90 seconds. Aparna, are you there? Am I audible to you guys? Aparna, you're not audible. I can't hear you. No, you're still not audible. Oh my God. Okay, Aparna, you take your time, set up. By that time, you have Sonali on the screen. Sonali, can you please take
Yes.
over
Am I
the
audible?
next- Yes, you're audible and visible both.
Yeah. Should I start my speech?
Yeah, go ahead. Start your speech.
Okay. First of all, we are saying to have a controlling body about all this on the OTT platform, and it's a basic human nature that whatever we are said not to do certain things, we do that only. So if anyone say we censor this part or we cut this part, then everyone would like go by hook or by crook would like to search for that particular part or any other platform, right? They'll just go for search for it like another way, another app or whatsoever the thing is. But so you can't hide that thing, right? And second, if we are saying that we'll bring individual censorship to that, who will judge that, right? Who will say that there are like 50s of religion in our country and hundreds of castes? One caste member would say this thing is positive, another one will say it's negative. They'll have a bang in themselves, and that will ultimately bring to the fight. So let it be. Let the viewers judge. Let the people judge. They'll judge you on anything they do, right? If you're walking straight, then also you'll be judged like in the movies. Say in the movies there's a censorship in the movies, and then also there is problem. One cast member would be hurt, or this part would be hurt and this part would be hurt. And third point is nudity. It's all in the matter of the viewer's eyes or whatsoever. One person would say this thing is very evil or very bad, and other would person would be like, okay, that's a piece of art, right? It's go back to the Victorian era, look at their paintings. They are all everything is there, right? You can't like literally just judge a thing depending on person's nudity. Like if she is wearing a backless top, then that's bad. If she is wearing this thing, that's bad. No. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Sonali. Aparna, are you done with your setup? Can we please get a mic check? Oh, I'm so sorry, you're still not audible. Is your you're connected to the microphone, or have you dialed in or something? Oh my God. I still can't hear you, so there's no point of. It's okay. Connect yourself. Take your time. With this, we'll move forward to the next speaker, which is Sukant. Can we please have you on the screen?
So am I audible?
Yes, Sukant, you're audible.
1 minute, ma'am. Stopwatch. Please. Yes, 1, 2, 3. As the speaker told that if we are able to understand what we are watching, then why what we are watching, and I have a knowledge that what is right and what is wrong, then why after watching Mirzapur, many of youth are speaking words like Munna Miya. And maximum time we see the youth are adopted the language from the different web series. There should be a censorship on this, because the country like Singapore, UK have regulatory body to keep a check on the OTT platform. But India should have a censorship. In Singapore, the service provide here to display the elements such as nudity, drugs, sex, violation, etc. in the content. However, in the UK, the OTT platform face the same scrutiny as an public service broadcast. There are the country like Turkey, Saudi Arabia has a strict restriction on the OTT platform. Even the many of OTT platform has blocked. Netflix is also one of them. Ma'am, actually, many of us told that, or we will told that the OTT platform is the fundamental. But actually, I have this is my fundamental right. What I want to speak in Article 19, Clause 1, that I have a right to freedom of speech and expression. Then, ma'am, in Indian Constitution, there is also an article, that is Article 19, Clause 2, which tells about the restriction of fundamental rights. And what is the restriction? The restriction is anything that can be decided by the Apex Court of India. And I'm concluding my word that I think that is it valid to show scene where the sentiments of people get hurt. India have a lot of diversity. In every 7 kilometer or 8 kilometer, you see the language is changed. So in this is not right to show nudity, obscenity, and fake in OTT platform. So censorship is should be mandatory. Thank you so much. Sorry for time exceeding.
All right. It's okay, Sukant. Thank you so much. Aparna, are you done with the setup?
Can you hear me now?
You're audible, but not that much. I mean, can you shout? You're not at all audible now. Earlier you were, but now you're not.
Ma'am?
Yeah, Sukant?
Is there any rebuttal for me?
Oh, I'm really sorry. I was not able to take rebuttals. I'm not taking rebuttals, I'm taking POIs. And for Sonali as well, are there any POIs on the floor? For Sonali.
Okay.
First for Sonali, are there any POIs?
I have POI for Sonali.
Sure. Okay, who's the I have person here?
Ravi.
Yeah, shoot.
All right, Ravi. Okay.
Sonali,
Wait a second, guys. This is something which is getting moderated, not a debate. Come on. Okay. Anybody else who wants to ask? Okay, well, only one POI is entertained. All right, Ravi, go ahead.
Sorry, I was like a debating. Sorry. So Sonali, just like you said in the speech that a person should be mature enough. So look, all the people in the country are not mature enough. There are people also. There are children also age 5 to 10 who have smartphone in their hand, and the content are not according to those children. So there should be a censorship. Don't you think it? There should be a limitations.
As per for the children, they say parents should tell their children that don't watch this, don't do that. you know, parents can hide that particular thing. Now, why? See, it's the phone. It's the first thing that the parents, they should like be responsible enough to tell their kids what's good for them and what's not. Like at a particular age, you cannot say that okay, this a child is watching something. Like a child of 5 years has a Instagram account, right? Say a child of 10 years has an Instagram account. How did he make that? Just because, even though just Instagram has this privacy policy that you cannot make an account before 14 years, right? But still a child of a 10 years age has an account, and still a parent should
Please
see
wrap up.
the, yeah, parents should see the phone. They check their phone, that see what's in their child's phone and all that thing. That's all.
But checking is not like many of
Ravi,
the
do you
parents are
need a
not
follow-up?
educated enough.
I guess we are moderating here, so you need a permission to take a follow-up.
Okay. So can I?
Do you actually need a follow-up on this POI, or
I'm not
give your
agreed
point,
to
I
her
need you
point
to
yet.
question her back?
Yes, ma'am, because I am not agree with the point. Not
Okay, so you have a question.
yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead.
Like you said, that parents should check their phone and all this thing. Look, all parents are not educated enough so that they can ensure all those things.
So,
But
so what? See, Instagram is using its own privacy policies. Facebook has its updated policy, but still, the children are misusing that policy, right? They'll simply misuse that policy to buy a SIM card of their parents' iCard, right? Children will do certain things. It's their, what, you want society to educate them, we do that. You want schools to educate them, we do that. But who will keep an eye on them, right? Even though if a 10-year child has an account on Facebook whose minimum age is 14 years, then whose fault is that? It's not Facebook's fault. I Yep. I conclude, Ravi.
All right, Sonali,
okay.
thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Ravi, do you have a follow-up on that?
No, not now. That's enough, I think.
All right, thank you so much, Ravi. Thank you so much, Sonali. With this, we're going to entertain POIs for Sukant. We have Nupur followed by Aparna. Aparna, do you have your microphone set up? No, you're still not audible. I know. It's okay, take your time. Or maybe you can write your POI in the chat box. We can totally agree on that part. No, you're still not audible. Also, it's okay. We are going to have your POI on via chat box. All right? Okay, so for Sukant, Nupur, you go ahead.
Yeah, so Sukant mentioned that comparing with other countries, India should possess this censorship, like should have the censorship. But if I talk how the OTT platforms have created a positive change in the society in terms of social changes through the movies and all sort of series, take the example of Delhi Crime, and there are numerous examples of that sort. So again, my question is, if you put censorship on the OTT platform, how it is impacting, or how it is creating it is definitely creating the creator's block again, that is affecting, and people won't know the reality of what OTT platform is showing to them through that. So there is a creator block, and what is your point on that?
May I speak? May I answer? Okay. Yeah, I agree that there are a lot of web series and movies that show me what is right, what is happening in our society, and the government and courts already told that please show what is right in your platform. But if you are aware from the new web series that is Maharani, and the character of the female chief minister is really is creating a bad impact of all of the citizens of India regard through Bihar. There are a lot of web series that we know that limited web series show the reality, but maximum of the web series and movies are showing a fake thing, and nudity is mandatory in OTT. This is a showing, yes, in different web series.
Can I have a follow?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So you told about the concept of nudity. Again, I want to say that in that OTT platforms, there is a description provided whether you want to watch it or not. So there's again the concept of choice arises, wherein the individual is eligible to watch that or not. But again, that should be in perspective hurting the sentiments of the people.
Okay. You talk. May I speak, ma'am? Okay. You talk about disclaimer. Okay. In every advertisement or everything, in the bottle of wine or in the packet of tobacco, that is mentioned that it causes cancer. But there a lot of person take this just like a protein shake. So this is the disclaimer is not doing a good thing. So we need a censorship in OTT platform.
All right, Sukant. Are you satisfied with the answers, Nupur? Do you still need a follow-up, or is it okay?
It's fine.
All right, then. For Sukant, a next question is presented by Aparna. I'll read the question for you, Sukant. So the question is like, you cleared your points really well, but do you really think that the government is enough to put censorship? Because we all know that different parties have different ideologies and support different religions. So what is your take on that, Sukant?
May I speak? May I answer the question? Okay. There is a there is a word in Indian Constitution that is directive principle of a state policy. The government, that is a principal guideline to making any law or any guideline for any of the citizens or any other person of the country. So the government should keep on that his mind that they have to follow this. This is not a topic of ideology of any party. That is only for the winning or losing election. But when he comes to the chair, then he has the responsibility of that chair. So I don't think that in this censorship, the ideology was work. Our ideology is work.
Aparna, do you need a follow-up? I can read that for you in the chat box. Just give me a thumbs up if you need one, and if you don't need one. You don't need a follow-up, right?
No, ma'am. She is typing.
It's okay.
Okay, it's okay.
All right. So, Sukant, we're done with your rebuttal speech as well. Before we move forward, I would want to ask you all to please stick to the topic and not take it to sexual assault. Don't take it to political parties. Don't take it to something else. Like till now, I am being honest to you, I've not heard those, what do we call it? To the point, straight to the point opinions that, I believe censorship shouldn't be there because there you go. I get to understand that. Nobody is that shoot clear with their facts and their figures that we don't believe in this because this fact. You're just going round and round to the topic, but you're not coming on the topic. So please make sure that you speak what you feel and not what you've heard the entire time, because everybody says the same. Even, and if you want, I can also put up questions if you're up for it. Maybe we can have something from our side as well. We can ask questions just to give it a direction. But just a request, please stick to the point and don't go away from the topic. So yeah, can we please have you on the screen for the next 90 seconds? And before that, Aparna, please set up your microphone. Maybe you can check the input, like you can, or try to rejoin. No, we're not able to hear you. No, try to rejoin.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you're audible.
Wait, we can hear you.
Wait, you're
Okay.
audible. All
Oh my
right.
God.
So you're audible, and really sorry, Ravi. We need to take Aparna before you. So Aparna, the stage is all yours for next 90 seconds. You go.
Yeah, I'd like to conclude faster before some problem occurs or something. Okay, so I would like to begin. The books that the world calls immoral are books that show the world its own shame. This was a statement given by Oscar Wilde, a very renowned poet that we know. Of course, we have discussed a lot about over the top content, and aren't we all familiar with it, especially at such times, when we're stuck at our nests. But to be honest, this content can be streamed on the vast array of today's devices. One of the many reasons OTT is so popular owes it to its accessibility. OTT is very accessible. We all have some electronic devices, and most of the population, could not afford to go to the theater. So, we have our mobile phones, we can always access it. But now the question arises, that why is OTT any better than theaters or cables or, any cinema hall? Why is it better? Why? Because you could stream it anywhere at any time. You're sitting in an aeroplane, you can access it. You have many options, ad-free content, and the most important point is that you have consumer freedom. If you want to see 18 plus things, you can see. If you want to see 18 below content, you can also have access to that. And there are so many people, because of COVID times, that the internet traffic has actually risen from 15 times higher, and it will rise and it will keep on rising. The other thing that I would like to mention is that some people have mentioned self-regulatory bodies, but I oppose, because I believe that self-regulatory body, it violates your rights, of course, free speech and all the other things. I also believe that that OTT content should not have censorship. Why? Because we have a lot of diverse content from around the world, and we have out of the box stories. We have stories that we might have never heard of, or we might have, we might not have cliche stories that we always hear, this person is slapping this and that's why they have to take revenge. The other thing that I would like to say is that all of you who think that censorship should be there, I would like to say that I oppose this point. Why? Because criticism will always find a way towards great ideas. So even if you censor something, criticism will always find its way. Today I will also condemn one of the movies that I don't like because of some etc scenes. And rather than I also oppose the self-imposed regulatory bodies. If you see Netflix, it has its own maturity ratings. So that is perfect, that is well fine. We don't need a censorship board individually to let us know what we should watch and what we shouldn't. And that's how I would like to conclude. And I would like to say that OTT platforms may sure need regulation, but censorship is not at all required. Thank you so much.
Aparna, I think I realized what's the problem. Whenever you plug in your your earphones, we cannot hear you. But the second you unplug them, we can hear you. So I think it's just an earphone problem. That's it. Thank you.
All right. So, are there any POIs on the floor? I guess it can't.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else who wishes to, apart from Sakant, anybody else who's up for a POI? All right. Sakant, you've been recognized. Go ahead.
May I ask? Yes. Okay. As Aparna told that what is for kill and what is for adult, that is mentioned in the different OTT platform. Then why in new IT rule government introduced the parental cap? This word and parental cap is previously used in and literally using in UK and US and many other countries. Then why this is important in India if the sections is divided for them?
Ma'am, may I answer? Look, So Kant, one thing that I would like to mention is that one thing you're forgetting is that India is a vast country. Okay, we need laws, we need some parental supervision and all the other things. But as you mentioned USA, let me tell you, USA doesn't have censorship. They have regulations. They don't have a censorship board. They regulate things. Okay, if this is 18 below and somebody isn't does not like it, or somebody has some religion issues or racism issues, so then it could be regulated, it could be taken off. But otherwise it's okay, it's for everybody. And as for parental use that you are saying, okay, it is important, I don't oppose that. Parents should look at the look at what the child is doing. They should look at their performance. They should be able to supervise what the kid is looking at the internet and all the other things. I agree with that, and it is important. But it is only mentioned, so that parents pay more attention to the kid. Right now, they should also give some freedom. But yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Aparna. So Kant, do you need a follow-up or should we move forward?
No, ma'am, it's okay. Thank you.
All right. So Ravi, you're next. Can we please have you on the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, you're visible and audible both. Go ahead.
Okay. So let me start my stopwatch first. So should I start? Okay. So I want to conclude all the rebuttal speech of whatever other person has said yet. Like, look, censorship is, I'm not completely fair of the censorship. There should not be a like what OTT platform should make or what they should not. But there should be a kind of regulation. There should be a kind of rules over them imposed to them, so that the sentiment of particular kind of society, particular section of the society doesn't hurt. Like you said, that a disclaimer is given in the Netflix or in-app feature that is provided only by the Netflix. So that kind of feature, like the only children's section, that should be mandatory for all the other OTT platform also. That is a really good feature. Now also the disclaimer is given that it has violence or it has nudity or something else. So like the children's section, that you have to move to the other section, you need a pin. So you can just a kind of rule is make that all the OTT platform should make a rating that of the violence of that, and so that the when you try to watch those kind of series or movies, you need a pin. So that kind of regulation, that kind of thing can be possible. Not all the parents can see all the time. They are busy. Some parents are really busy. They can't check what the children are seeing, but they can at least put a pin, so that a kind of password that says they can't watch that particular rating of show or movie. So that kind of regulation, that kind of limitation should be imposed, not the complete censorship on the content. So that is what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Ravi. Are there any POIs on the floor? Okay, Aparna. Before Aparna asks a POI, I have a question from Aparna and Ravi both, because all right, I'll ask the question after Aparna is done with the questions. Aparna, go ahead.
Ravi, you made a really clear point, but would you like to tell me why do you think that wait, I'm sorry, I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. Am I supposed to ask you both now? Can I go next?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So I agree on the fact that you guys are the disclaimer, right?
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Your voice is lacking actually a lot.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So you both agree on this fact that OTT platforms with disclaimers help in in the fact that censorship should not be there, right? You both agree on.
Ma'am, not in the complete favor, but
okay, wait. One at a time, guys. Yeah, Ravi, what do you need to say?
Ma'am, I said that I'm not the complete favor of censorship. Government should make laws like that you should not in the starting you should at least make rules that you should
No,
like
I don't
Netflix.
need, listen up. I don't need an explanation. Just asking a simple yes or no question that do you guys agree on the fact that disclaimer contributes to the factor that people might not watch it because it is written in the disclaimer that is 18 plus content, or it contains sexual assault, or it contains something like that.
Ma'am, not
Do
only
you
the
agree
disclaimer.
that disclaimer
ma'am.
helps in that factor?
No, ma'am.
I
Only disclaimer don't, ma'am. Need some features along with it, like Netflix, but need something more feature in it.
All right, because both of your speeches were oriented to the disclaimer part that, oh, it's there. Why? What is the need of having censorship? So that is what I'm saying. And another question for you both is that, don't you think that people are more fascinated and interested to watch something? I wasn't cut in between, right? Was I audible the entire time?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I got it in between. So I thought I was cut in the. Don't you think that people are more fascinated and interested for something that's told to them not watch? For example, for a kid of 17 years old, if he or she wants to watch 13 Reasons Why, say, and it is written there that you're allowed to watch this movie only if you're 18 plus. But just because Netflix allows you to watch it on your own risk, even if you're 18 plus or you're not 18 plus, don't you think that disclaimers don't really make any sense?
Ma'am, that's why I said the feature is mandatory needed, ma'am. Like the children's section, there should be a kind of pin that controls a level of violence or level of 18 plus content, like not 18, 23, 70, 40, like the series of sections should be made, ma'am. So that a pin kind of can be set on all these, ma'am. A feature should be available on all the OTT platforms. That kind of censorship, that kind of regulation, I am saying. Not like you can't make this content or this, not that kind of censorship.
All right. Aparna, do you have anything to say in this context?
Yeah, I actually don't agree with the disclaimer and other stuff. And as I myself am an underage person here, so like I can like relate to the question. Like, I mean, I also do watch, like, I watched Lucifer and the other series. Well, so yeah, it's up to us if we want to watch. There are even, and yeah, I was actually talking that it does not have to do anything with the disclaimer. If you want to watch it, if you are willing to watch it, you will watch it. Like that, even if your parents stop you from doing so, you would do that eventually.
All right. So I would like to ask all of you, each one of you who's present there in the meeting, that how many of you believe that there should be censorship? I don't care if you believe there should be a little much of it or so much of it. No, you want it or you don't want it. That is my point. So who all agree on the fact that there should be censorship? It can be of any amount, but there should be censorship. Can you please raise your hands? Omar,
Censorship. I'm so sorry. Was someone else speaking up?
Yeah, and Nupur, all right. Okay. Okay, Sonali doesn't agree on the fact. Nishant, do you agree on the fact that there should be censorship?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so apparently Aparna is the only one who believes that there shouldn't be and Sonali. Okay, I'll tell you why.
I actually
Aparna,
agree with,
you're in 11th, right?
I actually agree with
Aparna.
Aparna's.
I also agree with Aparna.
Yeah, definitely. Aparna, yeah, turn on your mic. So why am I asking these questions? Because you guys are not at all coming to the point, the exact point, whether there should be censorship or not. We're just going around the corner all the time and we're not discussing the main point, whether it should be there or not. And I feel that most of you agree on the fact that there should be a censorship, even if it's a little, or it comes with some feature, or it comes with something, or it's in the form of a disclaimer or whatever. But we all agree on the fact that there should be censorship, right? So, Sonali, you did not agree that there should be censorship, right?
Excuse me, ma'am.
So, what is your take? Like that one statement which will definitely make us believe that no, there shouldn't be censorship. So, what is your take on that?
There's enough of censorship on the movies. There is enough of the censorship on the TV shows we watch, and then why on this also? Because do one thing or the another, anyone in the society is gonna get hurt. Someone's sentiments are gonna get hurt. Then why can't we enjoy it?
I'm sorry, Sonali, but that is a very big of a statement that you gave, that why can't we enjoy by hurting someone's sentiment?
I didn't say by hurting someone.
This
Right?
energy hurts you.
I didn't say by hurting someone. I just simply said that it's individual choices. यार जिसको देखना है देखो, नहीं देखना मत देखो, काम खत्म. Simply.
No, that a very
Before we move forward, what she said in the end in Hindi was, whoever wants to watch it can watch it. Whoever doesn't want to watch it cannot watch it. It's up to their own will.
Yes.
All right.
Like
right.
disclaimers are there. Disclaimers
Okay,
are there.
stop,
There
guys.
is censorship.
Can I speak?
There is.
Excuse me, but I'd like to point out the thing that they said disclaimers. First of all, please don't put importance on disclaimers, right? And the second, like disclaimers, you also have disclaimers on tobacco and everything else, but people still consume it. And in a country where people are willing to die even after listening to ads and everything, and they're still paying for those stuff. So I'm sorry, I might get aggressive on the point that Sonali said that if people are like, you could watch, it's like it is there on the platform, right?
Yeah, right.
No.
See.
Like, there is a thing. It is not only about sentiments of others, but it is also about, you see, if a director or a producer is ready to post such kind of speeches that might hit. Have you seen Tandav? A question.
No, actually no. But I have heard about that in that scene or whatsoever, the controversial scene. Yeah, I have
Yes.
heard about that.
Go to Oxford University. That just happened. A student council. The first president was elected from India. A girl was elected from India, but she had to resign within 5 days. Imagine, the first girl of India went out there, and because of the movie Tandav, that the word came out it was Hindu-phobic.
Hindu-phobic. Yeah.
Hindu-phobia,
See,
right?
you cannot hurt someone's sentiments by hook or by crook.
Okay,
They are
guys,
gonna get
enough of
hurt.
it. Enough of it. We're not in a debate. This is a discussion, and we need it to be peaceful. Why are you guys not this aggressive in your rebuttal speeches, if I may ask?
I'm sorry, but
Because
facing
at
a
that
lot-
point our egos aren't hurt. Here egos got hurt.
I would
One statement and egos get
Oh,
hurt.
finally, Aparna's mic is on, so I would let
I
her
would
to
like to
please
speak on it.
speak.
I would like to add only
Nobody's
one
going to
line,
speak
one line
now.
point. Okay.
Ma'am, I made this very clear in my speech that I am completely against censorship, and it's all up to the view. It's all up to the people. Someone, some person also actually added this point that censorship should be handled not by the government but by the individuals, and I actually oppose that statement. Why? Because look, again I'm repeating the statement that India is a very big country. We have diverse population, we have a very big caste system, all of these things. So it's not possible that one freaking individual could handle the censorship.
I'm sorry, Aparna, there was a little bit of connection issues in between, but
Yeah,
please
I
could you
wasn't
just
able to
repeat?
hear her at the end.
What I wanted to say was that censorship is not, in hands of one individual person or one individual.
I guess someone's mic is unmuted.
Can I
Other
speak?
than
Manav, can you please turn off your mic? All right, Aparna, I got your point. What she meant to say was that it is an individual choice and it depends on an individual what they wish to watch, what they do not wish to watch. And also, apparently that's the point, that, you know, even if it's a disclaimer or it's some kind of restrictions won't stop them, they'll find another way to watch it on some other website or whatever.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay,
Please,
I'll
Sir,
I'll just add up one line to Aparna.
Sonali, you're not
that-
allowed to add anything.
Sorry. Okay.
okay.
Can I add only 2-line point on Sonali's last line that he said, but
Ravi,
a
you're
person
allowed
can
to
go on.
speak.
Only 2
You're
lines.
allowed to speak. Go ahead.
Yeah. On the very last line that Sonali said that one who want to watch or that should watch. So look, in the constitution itself, it has written that your fundamental right should not hurt the others. So in a similar way, in the OTT platform also, one content should not hurt the content of other. Kind of limitation should be there. So that's it.
Right. So as Sonali said and Aparna said that it is our choice that we should watch it or not. First of all, please tell me that is it right that if I as a producer, let me just take an example. If I am a producer, I just intentionally put up some things, and with the fact that I know that it is not going to get censored or it is not going to get restricted, with the fact that I put up things, hatred speech, whether it be in terms of politics, whether it be in terms of religion, I know that it's not going to come down, right? So you think that my such very product should be available for people to see. And as I told before, that there are almost 550 million viewers, and even, trust me, even if one of the person changes his mind, I believe he is ready to act as a bad apple in the garden, right? And there's this one thing that I would like to say, that it is our choice. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. And as you said that it is our whole choice that we can watch. Agreed to the point. You can watch anything you want. Like there are things that are available on OTT platform. And even if you want to go further, you can access the dark web also. There are a lot of things available. But the thing I want to say that if it is available, it should not hurt. The first step should be to not hurt the sentiments of the people. If you have OTT, it is not about if I didn't even watch Tandav, but I still heard what's going on, and I'm pretty much hurt with the I'm pretty much hurt with the things that they showed, right? Even if I didn't see, because there are people who could tell me about these things, right? So this is the very reason that you need censorship, you need censor board, so that in the first place it doesn't come up there, so that even a person sees it. Get it? Was I clear? I'm sorry if I might have gone.
It's okay. All right, guys. I'm really sorry, Sukant. We can't take a point, or Sonali, or Aparna, or anybody's point right now. We'll move on to the closing statements. Whatever you have to speak it within 4 to 5 lines maximum, and try to wrap up within 40 to 60 seconds. So the first speaker who is going to give the closing statement, they're going to speak whatever they wish to speak and conclude, and also tell whether they want censorship or they do not want it. So the first speaker is going to be Manav. Manav, can you please turn on your mic and give your closing statement?
Yes, according to me, there will be there is no need of censorship because everybody has their own individual right and wrong. There is no universal right and wrong, so there is no need of censorship because everybody watch what they want. Thanks.
Ravi, you're next.
Thank you very much. So in a very short, I want to conclude that a kind of censorship is needed on the OTT platform so that a kind of limitation should be there on the OTT platform. We have copied laws from we have inspired from the UK and many other countries' laws. So why can't we inspire from the OTT or the limitations on the OTT? So we should have censorship. That's it.
Go ahead. All right, thank you, Ravi. Aparna, you're gonna go next.
Ma'am, my belief is very simple. It is that the theater, the cinema is the, you know, mirror of our society. That's how the saying goes. And I believe that the producers, the directors, it's up to them what type of movie, based on, you know, true story or not. It's, you know, it's on them if they want to show it to the society or not. If you don't like it, if it hurts somebody's sentiments, if the other citizens of some other country does not like it, do not watch it. You know, do not, you know, blabber about it. If somebody is telling you, somebody is gossiping about some movie, people are talking about Big Boss, or people are talking about some other thing, you can keep your ears closed. You have an option. You have all the rights. You can do that.
Thank you so much, Aparna. Nupur, you're going to go next.
Okay, as I said from the beginning, no freedom should be absolute, and I totally believe censorship should be there, but at a minimalistic level. There should be both mixed supervisory board balanced between self-regulatory and a government body. And along with that, there should be an attitude amongst the community as individuals to the attitude of acceptance. Whatever new things are coming, we should have that ability to accept things rather than complaining and criticizing every time. Secondly, there should be sexuality education amongst the people at a very early age. Third, the app feature should be introduced in perspective to the censorship. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Up next is going to be Nishant.
Yeah, thank you so much. I would just like to summarize it within 3 points. First one being that it is very important to have restrictions and control over a thing, even if it doesn't, even if you think that it won't make a chaos in the future, first of all. And it is very much, I believe that precaution is better than cure. And second is, for the right of your entertainment and for the right of you being happy with the things that you're seeing, I believe it with the right of expression and right of speech, there is no point that states that the country's security can be compromised, because we very well know that in a country where we say that it is a secular country, and we also know that things that happen just because of even a small act, right? We know how people react to it. And the third point, I would say that people say that it is your own choice if you want to see it or not. Well, I believe that it is our own choice, but I believe that we should be given a choice in such a way that it is our most priority as a producer or as an actor or anything that helps out in the platform. It is our first priority that the maximum people do not, like, till we can collect it, they do not get hurt, right? I hope I was quite clear.
Yes, Nishant, thank you so much. Next is going to be Ravi's done, Nudan, Anand's done. Kant, would you like to go next?
Yes, ma'am.
So Kant, your closing statement is left, right?
Yes, ma'am. I want the censorship.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I want censorship because because the culture of India has to say. I want censorship because the sentiment of people will not hurt in future. The censorship is must needed because the civilization of the society remains. Censorship is needed because youth can't change their path for taking or inspiring from the different character of any web series or any movies that is presented on OTT platform. Thank you, ma'am. That's all.
Thank you so much, Kant. Last, I guess, is Sonali. Can we please have your opinion on the same, Sonali?
I'm not in favor of censorship because the more you ban someone from watching, the more they'll watch. Okay, I'll personally, frankly, put on just one question. 50 Shades series, 50 Shades Travelogy is banned in India. Still, how many of us have watched it from the dark web fund? Right? We have all done that. You know, if you'll censor one thing, we'll download it from the another thing. That's all.
All right.
Is there any rebuttal? I'm sorry, but is there any rebuttal that would be?
Yeah, I also want to ask a question.
I'm so sorry, but
wait a second, guys. Wait a second, guys. Yeah. I really am not in favor of rebuttals right now, but I know this asks for it. All right, we'll entertain the rebuttals, but Sonali is not permitted to give a reply to it. So I'm really sorry.
That's
if you still
rude.
want to ask it from her, then go ahead.
That's rude. That's rude. I should be also, able to answer, keep up my point of view.
If the GC is like, if they allow that, you could give your answers in the WhatsApp group if it's okay and comfortable.
Sure, I'll do that.
All right, guys, what we can do is just because the statement was too breathtaking, we're going to be entertaining 2 POIs, but on the WhatsApp group. And also, Sonali, you're allowed to answer that only in the WhatsApp group, and that too only in 2 paragraphs. 2 answers,
Okay,
2 questions, 2 answers. That's
But
all.
please don't send me hate mails after that. Please don't send me hate mails after that.
Wait,
All right,
a very good point. That's Sonali.
Don't
That
do
is
it,
why
Sonali.
each
We all take it professionally.
Please don't send me any hate mails after that.
And also, guys, just in case you're wondering, I will not be marking the POIs that have been asked right now, because these are the closing statement rounds, and here no POIs are entertained. You can do it just because you want to do it so badly, so you can do it on the WhatsApp group. Go ahead. And before we move forward and conclude the results, I want you all to stay here and give a feedback to the opinionators team. And me and Omar are going to be put up in a separate breakout room for discussing the result. So I hope we were of help and we were quite cooperative to you all. So give great feedback so that we come back again. All right. So the team, is there anybody from the team here who can make the breakout room so that we can go ahead and discuss? The opinionators team. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, make the breakout room and let us go and discuss the results. I'm unable to join the room. I did not get any notification. Could you please resend the request to me and Omar? Okay. Unfortunately, you've again dropped the breakout room. Omar there for a while.
I actually have made the room, but I am not getting it. Where do I need to? Yeah, I'm just looking into the matter. I actually am not getting the option, like where do I provide?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, just a second.
And my phone battery. Anyways, guys, not to make you guys bored. So how was the discussion today? Anybody who's up for...
Okay, I want to say one thing. Am I audible? Yeah, so I just want to say this one thing, and that was actually I like 16, and like I think I'm the youngest of all of you here. You all are like, I'm from college, I'm doing this CA, I'm BTech, I'm doing this and that. So pretty much, before joining this meeting, I actually was pretty scared because I thought that, you guys will be pretty harsh on me and, other things. That's what I thought that, I mean, because you guys are adults, so I was actually pretty scared, to keep my points. But seeing how friendly all of you are, how openly you take the points, that actually encouraged me to speak more and put my points that are in my mind. So thank you so much for that.
I feel, Aparna, you were really nice in speech. I feel the discussion was really nice, and we had all kind of discussions like the loopholes, along with discussing what is the possible solutions.
Sorry guys for coming back and interrupting. Unfortunately, I would request the team to please put us, me and Omar, in the breakout room and not specifically put the timing as 60 seconds because the breakout room ends in 60 seconds. So can you please look into this matter?
Okay, please give me a second.
Yeah, please.
Also, well, oh, sorry.
No, Omar, please continue. Please continue.
No, I was just gonna say that censoring apps, for example, like shooting games or whatever, I don't see that they make sense at all. I mean, I used to go on that game GTA when I was 6 years old and shoot people dead on a beach. I know it sounds psychotic, but I'm fine now, you know? Like,
Exactly, that's exactly my point. I asked in the chat box that, PUBG was also banned from India, but people downloaded VPNs and other stuff.
Exactly my point. It's not like what you see, you will grow into one.
Exactly. And I'm sorry I have to cut this short because I have to join.
Am I audible?
Yes. Can you invite
Unfortunately,
me
the
to the room?
breakout room, it's not working.
Okay, why? Can I create one? Let me add a room.
Yeah, if you can create one, please do it.
I'll try.
Also, continue whatever you see. Sorry to interrupt.
Y'all can continue. I'm just creating a room.
Right. First, I'd like to apologize to everyone if I might have sounded a little bit harsh in the end. And I'm sorry, but these some statements that just triggered me out. But Sonali and Aparna, right? You guys were quite good. And Aparna in the end, she also told that the statement that she's given, even though PUBG was banned, like I very well agree to the point, but I see Sonali with a little bit of expressions. Please, you see, there is a difference between hurting someone's sentiments. Like it's not about games and everything else, right? Even there are a lot of things that are banned in India, and you could easily access them. Trust me, you could easily download VPNs or anything. But it is better not to have a thing, not to have an option, right? Even if the option doesn't come up, then it's much better that you won't even find it, right? That is where censor board comes in. And Sonali, in the end, she just said that don't send me some hatred emails. You see, there are actors and producers who are already getting those types of emails, and that is where censorship could actually help us, so that these kind of
No, you know what? Censorship isn't gonna help me or Aparna here. We both are on a death trap right now, I guess. She less and me
No.
more. It's like you
Trust
all
me.
are.
Sorry to interrupt, but the producer actually do get even death threats. They get, right? If I'm not wrong.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I have a family.
I don't want to get harsh, but actually the expression you're showing, it is like overacting you are doing.
No,
just look like you
actually,
are
it's
doing
not.
overacting.
No,
it
because
actually feels
it is like look at you. You will be like you were about to kill me. I can literally feel that from your tone. I have like headphones, and the tone was like, okay, Sonali, one day you will meet me and I'll kill you because of that
Sonali,
statement.
Maybe that is because
he's
of the
just
accent
giving
we
you
have.
some kind of feedback. That's it. Like we're just discussing upon what we
right.
went wrong and how we went, like something like we're just generalizing. It's not like
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying anything
You are
here.
actually
I'm just
behaving like a kid. In a
I
debate,
am a
you should,
kid actually
you should.
because I'm see if you want to see the kid, I'm doodling right here. See,
That's not a kind of thing. Like
Guys,
if you go on an interview gate or something, you have to maintain a decorum of that particular area. On like
Guys,
you were saying,
could you just put a little bit of exchange?
I just want to add one more point only. What you want to say on like on the OTT platform, I am asking only specifically from the Sonali. Should women abuse should be shown on the OTT or not? Children and women abuse, should it be shown on the or the not? Yes or no only? Sonali, if you want to answer, or Aparna also.
Yeah, Aparna, like even she gave
Yeah.
that point, right?
Should it be shown or not? Yes or no?
Repeat your question, please. What?
Should child and woman abuse should be shown on the OTT platform or not? Only yes or no, please. Should it be shown or not?
And there is where you contradict your own answers.
Yeah. You are not answering that.
I would like to answer your question actually. Look, it's not only particularly about women and children. That way, the way you're forming your sentence, it completely sounds like something a misogynist would say. But I'm not saying that you're wrong. But I'm just saying that only women and children should be exposed.
You are just sorry to interrupt, but you are just trying to make a sentence right. Look, I just asked yes or no. Should it be shown or not? Like no, you agree? Just at least tell me that you agree that women abuse and children abuse are wrong or not.
What about the men abuse? Where the men are also abused, right?
Look, I can include that also, but
wait a second.
Okay, include that. Okay, include that. All any kind of abuse. Do you think that it should be shown or not?
Abuse is bad. Abuse is bad,
right?
but
so that should be censored. Oxon, look, I just asked yes or no. So you agreed that abuse is wrong. It should not be shown. So that is a kind of censorship that is not allowed to. That you should not at least show that kind. So a limit. I'm not saying that not completely show abuse. If you are showing abuse, you also show that kind of particular abused person is how he managed to what I say. उसने कैसे उसको संभाला, कैसे उस situation को handle किया. So that kind of like a limitation kind of thing should be made.
Okay, I'll say one thing then. I'll just say one thing. MTV पे एक program आता था. There used to be a program on MTV said Web. On that program, that was censored program. Okay, everything good. There was a sequence in that program which showed a man who was abused in every possible form by a woman. So does that say that women are wrong, or are you saying that do that thing, censor that thing, don't show that thing, only show the abusing of the children or the women? What about men? Where are they? Huh? It's like, okay, if you want to do censor each and everything. Now, why are you showing that only censor men and women? Oh, sorry, women and children.
Look, right in that point I said that
and
okay,
sir,
include all kind of abuse, all kind of abuse.
Sir,
later on
sir,
I said
you are telling me you are questioning about my interview skills and all that. I am working at a very good reputed firm right now, and I know about my interview skills, I know about my interpersonal skills, and I know about my communication skills very well. Okay, it's not like there is an aura, and there is also a place where you can show your skills. Okay, if you want to act professional all the time, you can't do that. Correct? Thank you.
I just want to say very frankly, you are literally triggered by my points. The way you are behaving, when that you made point that you guys got triggered. Right now, I am feeling that you are literally triggered. I just gave a feedback that it was not something I feel. It was completely I don't feel. It was completely a feedback.
We have Ravi, we just have around like 2 to 3 minutes left. Please just not get personal. This was a very good competition, and I think let's just not get personal. Let's just get on the topic, right? We could have much more discussion, and these point in the harsh, like they just they hurt someone's sentiments or someone's feeling, right? So please just let's just cut off this tease, and let's get to the other point that he was already saying. Ravi was already saying that violence should be shown or not. I believe that no kind of violence should be shown, whether it be.
Okay. मेरा एक सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है, मेरा एक बहुत सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है टू लाइक ऑल ऑफ यू. ठीक है, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि जितना भी वायलेंस दिखाते हैं लोग, ठीक है, दे शो सम अब्यूज, show domestic violence, they show कि children get kidnapped by so and all the other things. क्या वो दिखाना सही नहीं है? क्या अपने सोसाइटी को बताना कि ये सब हो रहा है ये सही नहीं है?
वो
नहीं,
दिखाना चाहिए, मैं दिखाने से मना नहीं कर
रवि
रहा, पर
भाई,
लिमिट, सिर्फ एक लिमिट की करो। हाँ ओके भाई बोल।
सॉरी भाई, बट इसका बस हमें से दिखाना सही है। अब हिस्ट्री में हम बहुत ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको पढ़े नहीं है। इसमें से मैक्सिमम लोग होंगे जो गोलवरकर को नहीं पढ़े होंगे, नेहरू जी को नहीं पढ़े होंगे, अंबेडकर को नहीं पढ़े होंगे, बहुत ऐसे अलग अलग फ्रीडम फाइटर्स होंगे जिन्हें हम नहीं पढ़े होंगे। उनके विषय में जानने के लिए हम डॉक्यूमेंट्री देख के बहुत कुछ अपने आप को उनके उनके जन्मदाता समझने, और हम बहुत कुछ बोल देते हैं उनके विषय में। लेकिन अगर उसी चीज में किडनैपिंग दिखाना सही है, मर्डर दिखाना सही है, महिला उत्पीड़न दिखाना सही है, क्योंकि ये समाज में घट रहा है, बच्चों के साथ शोषण, महिलाओं के साथ शोषण समाज में आए दिन हो रहे हैं। लेकिन इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि हम उसको बढ़ा चढ़ा कर दिखा दे और कुछ ऐसा दिखा दे जो समाज में भ्रामकता फैला दे, सॉरी मतलब मिसलीड कर दे उसको, भ्रामकता ज्यादा हिंदी हो गया था, सॉरी, उसको ज्यादा वो मिसलीड कर दे। तो ये सब, यही सब चीज की वजह से ना थोड़ा वो। और अब एक लास्ट बस पॉइंट बोलेंगे कि हम लोग, वैसे आप ही लोग बोली थी कि तुम्हें जो देखना है देखो, नहीं देखना है मत देखो, कोई फोर्स नहीं कर रहा है, स्वाभाविक बात है, हमें कोई फोर्स नहीं कर रहा। लेकिन मेन एक चीज बहुत जरूरी है कि अगर आज के टाइम में कुछ ऐसा दिखाया जा सकता है, अब हम सेंसरशिप लगा हुआ था, पद्मावती मूवी आई थी, हम लोग देखे होंगे पूरे देश का उस समय वास्तु स्थिति कैसा था, हम सब उससे परिचित होंगे। बाद में उसी चीज को चलाया गया, तांडव में से वो सीरीज हटाया गया, और जैसा निशांत भाई बताए थे कि एक इंडियन लड़की को वहां के प्रेसिडेंट पद से रिजिग्नेशन देना पड़ गया, और ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी जैसे बड़े यूनिवर्सिटी में। तो ये कहीं ना कहीं बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है जिस चीज पे काम करना चाहिए। और किसी का सेंटिमेंटल हर्ट करना, आपका फंडामेंटल राइट है स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन, योर फंडामेंटल राइट की लाइफ एंड लिबर्टी, आपका इक्वलिटी फंडामेंटल राइट है। लेकिन हम कुछ ऐसा बना दे, कुछ ऐसा कर दे जिसपे हम आपको कुछ नहीं बोले, आपके कम्युनिटी पे हम इधर से बंदूक पे बंदूक चलाए जा रहे हैं, और इसका मतलब होगा कि अरे चलो हम तो उस कम्युनिटीज है नहीं, हमको क्या मतलब है। तो ऐसे समाज नहीं चलता है ना। टॉप डिस्कशन का जो टॉपिक होता है वो सिर्फ मेरा आपका ओपिनियन हो सकता है, लेकिन ये हम नहीं कह सकते कि जो मन है करो, जो नहीं है मत करो।
अगर वायलेंस नहीं दिखाना, फिर तो सावधान इंडिया और क्राइम पेट्रोल भी बैन करवा दें।
देखिए फिर आप वही बात, आप यहाँ आपका थोड़ा
Alright, guys. Hello.
A limit that we should show, like
Guys, am I audible? Guys,
Yes,
I'm so
am
sorry.
I really need you all to
Ma'am, your
realize the
voice is
fact
breaking.
that.
Ma'am,
Okay, am I audible now?
yes ma'am, now you are audible.
Okay, so I really want you all to realize a person from Gujarat is here moderating us, and he doesn't know Hindi, he doesn't know Punjabi, he doesn't know any native language that we know. So please try to conversation in English and don't feel like it is.
Ma'am, look, as
Yeah.
you were calculating the result now, so that is why we are just time passing and giving feedback to each other.
Yeah,
That is why that is just by discovered
we
discussed.
thought
Okay.
that you guys were
Okay,
not
guys. I'm glad that you're active. Discussion is
Your voice is lagging
it's
too much,
okay.
ma'am.
Oh my, I'm sorry. Let me change my internet. Okay, am I audible now, guys?
Yeah, crystal clear.
Much clearer than before, or is it still lagging?
No, ma'am,
No,
crystal
ma'am.
clear. Crystal clear.
Oh, superb. Okay, so for the results, I and Omar are done with the conclusion. Omar, are you there? Omar has still not left the breakout room. I don't know. Omar is not here in the meeting, right?
I'm here.
Oh,
Where did he disappear?
I was here in the main room.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. You could have told me anything. You cut it off and then disappear out of nowhere, but all right.
I'm really sorry. I told you, but okay. Anyways,
It's all right. Let's go.
so yeah, guys, so we're done with the results, and we've come up to a conclusion that we're going to be having 3 prizes. The first one is going to be best speaker, then the first runner-up, and the second runner-up. And also about the vouchers that we discussed, there are 2 vouchers in total. that are to be given to you guys. Personally, whoever wins is going to get the link to the voucher and also how to use it and stuff. Okay. So with this, finally drum rolling, do you want me to like tell the name of the best speaker first, or do you want me to announce it at the end?
At the end. At the end.
All right. So the second runner-up. I'm making it dramatic just to get your hearts beating. So the second runner-up is none
Zenat.
other than
Zenat. For God's sake, I gotta eat. Please.
I'm so sorry, Omar. All right, so this is none other than congratulations, Sonali.
Voice is
She's not
lagging
speaking
again.
a word.
Zenat, you're lagging.
I'm so sorry.
Zenat,
Now,
Oh, the
guys.
suspense.
you're lagging. Is this part of your suspense too? Yep, she's muted. I'm not sure if y'all want me. I can tell the results, but I'm not sure if like Zenat would be up to it. All right, listen, I'll say the second runner-up and see if Zenat comes back. So, the second
Am I
runner-up,
audible now?
yes, you can
All
proceed.
right. Okay.
Repeat it.
I'm really sorry to leave you guys in suspense. So the second runner-up is none other than Sonali. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sonali.
Zenat, are you just gonna die on us?
I'm so sorry. I was actually all right. So the first runner-up is Aparna. Congratulations, Aparna.
Go Aparna! Come on, y'all, where are the claps? Are you just gonna leave me like this? Damn.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Oh, don't thank us, you've done amazing.
One thing I would
Yeah,
like
you've
to
done a great job, Aparna.
I actually mentioned it before. Like when I was about to join like this meeting, I was actually pretty scared because all of you are like senior to me and like I'm the only person in school. Like
I'm 17.
You're 17? What the heck?
I know, I get that a lot. I'm a senior in high school.
Wow. Yeah, me too. I'm also in secondary. So yeah, I was actually pretty scared that, I won't be able to speak, my mind and whatever, I feel like. But I eventually did that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
It's amazing. Like,
great
you've
job,
done
Aparna.
amazing.
It
But
was-
hey, I'm glad someone's my
Yeah.
age around here. I thought I was alone.
All right. So finally, the most awaited position, the position of the best speaker. So the best speaker is none other than the one with really, really superb points.
I
And
would like to support Nishant.
that person was
I say Nishant.
all right. Anybody else who thinks
Yeah,
it's
let's do some
Nishant or
guesses.
someone else?
Let's do some
Yeah.
guesses. Everyone guess.
Trust me on the point, when Zenith had that pause in between, I very well knew that that wasn't going to be my name.
I mean, that's part of the suspense, Nishant. You never know. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Who knows, right? Who knows? It's your day.
But like
So now you
guesses.
think Sukant, Nupur, anybody who feels anything. Okay, nobody's scared. All right, so the best speaker is Nishant. Wow,
Whoa!
party.
Yeah. What? What? I had
Oh,
Alright,
come
yeah,
on.
yes, Nishant, I'm
Don't
not
act
joking. I'm not
surprised.
Salman Khan.
I was expecting Nishant to be the best speaker. I saw
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Dude, why,
You
why,
did a great job, Nishant.
why are
You
you
did
acting
amazing.
surprised, man? It's so obvious. Like, everyone guessed it.
No. No. To be very honest, at the end moment, I had to change my location because it was the thunder clouds were almost here and like it was almost gonna rain. And in the end moment, I
Yeah.
panicked. So that was much more. And when
No,
Zenith
you did a
said,
great job, Nishant.
and in the end, when Zenith said Nishant, but, and then that is where I was gonna have a heart attack. To be very honest.
Well,
gonna
you
lie.
can have
Oh my
Zenith to
God.
blame her for that. We all hate Zenith. Zenith, get out of here.
You guys are so
Oh,
mean,
right.
especially Omar. I'm gonna deal with him later on.
I am hungry. Leave me alone.
So like I want to ask this question. Can you go all like share your Instagram handles? I mean like you guys were so great. So great.
All right, guys, we're gonna do one thing. We're gonna share our Instagram handles on the WhatsApp group, and also, we're so short of time. Omar has something to say, which is very important for today's ODS, because apart from you three people, there were more people who were actually capable enough for these three spots. But unfortunately, we had only three positions and the participants were less. So we're bound to give it to just a single person. Else, we were thinking of giving it to two people at a time. So we would really, really want to appreciate those people.